Hello everybody and welcome back to our playthrough of Pathologic 3. Before we begin, I do just want to point out, look at this little advertisement over here. Oh, Darkwood 2. Don't you worry, little advertisement. We will be getting to that as soon as we finish up. Well, I mean, it depends on A, when you release, and B, whenever I finish my playthrough of the original Darkwood. 1 week at a time. Hope I'm making a lot of progress. So, back to today's game. We are going to be jumping back in. In the last episode, we played through day 2, and we made an excellent amount of progress, I feel. Now, I'm going to have to be honest, after we did all that, I'm kind of at a loss for what we should do next. It's very early on in the afternoon. What have I done anything today? No. Okay, familiar symptoms. And that cracked skin, I need to know it's certain. I took a blood sample. Oh, and I need to examine the blood sample. Okay, very good. Okay, that's fine. So let me actually finish this up real quick. Examine. Isidore's blood contains traces of sand plague. That means he was sick earlier than any other townsman. This was to be expected. All right, good. And with that shorn up, we have several days for that. Isidore was infected with sandpest, but sandpest couldn't inflict such wounds upon him. Or could she? Okay, so are we assuming that the Shabernacle Choir came by and racked Isidore's body with horrible pain? Possibly. I'm still not entirely sure whether or not that's a real manifestation or not, but I'm going to side with maybe. There's no need to attend his funeral now. It doesn't look like there's any outstanding nodes left for day 2. What is it? Connivance. Saburov decides to look the other way. Patrolman won't intervene. The children kill each other. But it's okay, because... Okay, so yes, I am quite happy with how Day 2's events transpired, but because of that, I don't feel like there's anything else I may need to touch. Maybe at some point I need to revisit the study at some point. Perhaps I could try again tomorrow at 2100 or 9 p... Nope. Oh my god, 2100. It's 3 hours before midnight. Yeah, 9 p.m. Yes. Yes? Yes, 9 p.m. So maybe I'll try again tomorrow. But now that I finished day 2, perhaps I should move on to day 3. Maybe there's some aspects here that I don't want to... that I want to redo. What do we have? Test subject. Andrew no longer has the vaccine, and the dancer is being isolated. That's fine. I want that to happen. I've taken power. I will now decide how the town fights the epidemic. Yeah, that's perfectly okay. Me and Barack agreed to help each other. Yeah, I'm happy with that as well. The cathedral is not fit for human life. Yep, that's perfectly fine. The town's authorities have been notified the hospital received its first patients the next morning. That's okay. Stanisov, my last lead, was killed. The trail of the immortal man. That's not right. Because I have it over here that Reuben begs for a day or two and flatly refuses to talk, and I could have just let those gentlemen get away with them. Or where's that node connected to? Okay, this one. It's connected to this node. What is this node? On the 3rd day, Reuben was hiding in the warehouses. He was planning on something. He's afraid of something. But it says it right here that I saved Reuben's life. Begs for a day or two and flat refuses to walk. I could have just let those gentlemen get to him, but I didn't. I let him live. So there we are. Authority in the right hands, crude and rough, though the first vaccine sample is ready. That's fine. Is there anything else? Why is this node? There's sandpest culture in Vlad's serum. Sandpest could have been suppressed by another disease. I need to find more cases like this. Determine the dancer's diagnosis. It's not sandpest. What do we have here? Testimony. I must recall whether I opened the hospital. Otherwise, I'm of little use. That's fine. I did. The town's authority received proof. Yes. Passing the case. Barack no longer wants my help. He believes... Yes, that's fine. So it supports me there. Andrew no longer has the vaccine. That's okay. Vlad's resignation. That's okay. Only a deadly disease could have pushed the town's ruling families to work together. They're doing a pretty bad job, though. It's fine. Okay. Aside from... So this is all the way in day 5. But day 5 should be fine because we saved Reuben. Oh, I have to go there and break it. Oh, I can see how this would transpire. Okay, so let's go for... So day 3 Yeah, this is not day 3. This is day 5. That's perfectly fine. So I'm actually quite happy with everything that happened in day 3. I don't know why this node is so brightly lit. But we're going to go for day 4. Is there anything in day 4 that happened? Bad Grief died. So I don't want that to happen. And nobody's coming. Looks like I'm spending the night in the prison cells. Oh, well, tomorrow. Okay. So I think what we're going to do, if we are allowed to, is redo day 4. 1, because there's no nodes. 2, because Bad Grief is dead. 3, because I spent most of it locked in a cell. And I feel like that's not a productive use of our time. So I think we're going to go to day 4. Yes? Yes. Okay. Hello, did I talk to you? I guess I did. All right. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go to day 4. I'm going to put all this stuff in the clock. Yeah. Nope. How do I instantly take you? Nope. I guess I do it slowly and methodically for every single item just to... I have 7 calomel? That's incredibly useful. All right, we go to day 4. Day 4. Time skip. I would like to go to day... Well, here. Let me just end the day here. And see if I can skip ahead to day 4 here. Let's find out what happens in today's play of... Well, something. I'm not entirely sure. Hello. You're a strange one, but I appreciate your company.
The audience is wondering, Venerable Simon, will you step on stage this time?
Oh, Mark, I've heard this one before. It's a rerun. Okay. All right, here we go. Hello, Eva. I'm just going to step all over you just real quick. And we're going to go to day 4. We're going to break apart every single one of those nodes. Can I just sleep it, or do I have to time skip to... Yep, okay, I guess I just go... Yep, I have to use the clock. I don't want to see the past. I want to see the future. To day 4. Okay, I just didn't confirm that, but it's perfectly fine. Actually, now I realize I didn't exactly disturb... Oh, hello. You weasel person.
You're not speaking to me. You're speaking to your conscience.
Shall we continue? Let us examine the 4th day of your tragic odyssey. It was particularly replete with dubious conduct. What exactly broke that wasn't already broken? Here are the facts. You happen to be the only competent doctor in a town of 18,000. That does not appear like 18,000, but, perhaps that's just the engine that's unable to load it. Because I have, the good computer parts. I'm real great at it. Facing an unprecedented lethal epidemic. Is this correct? Hold on. We've been through this a dozen times. Why do you keep asking the same question? Is this part of your interrogation technique? Getting ahead of yourself again, esteemed bachelor. Please calm down. I'm just following the chain of events. My modest brain simply can't pace with your blistering train of thought. Quit the act. Modesty doesn't suit you. You assumed the executive authority over the emergency command and were in fact the person responsible for a number of administrative research and specialized tasks. Is that right? Or is that correct? Sorry, listen, they're synonyms. I've replaced them. The idea is the same. Okay. Hold on. An hour ago, you claimed I refused to take charge of the emergency command. You're contradicting yourself, Inspector. Getting tired, are you? Let us be brief, then. Here are your case files. First, you attempted to flee the town on a smuggler's train, which landed you in jail, where you remained until the 5th day. No. I'm gonna change that. Don't interrupt. Second, you scathingly refused to recruit motivated volunteers to organize a corps of orderlies. Third, despite having all the means at your disposal, you deliberately ceased work on a promising vaccine. Furthermore, wait, if any of this was true, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I'd be dead. Furthermore, according to witness testimony, Bachelor Dankovsky was seen digging up graves at the cemetery, later conspiring with Artemy Barak. He led an infected person out of a quarantine zone. Clearly, you didn't sit idly by. Wait, do you hear yeah, I didn't do any of this. Do you hear yourself? Why on earth would I dig up graves at the cemetery? That's absurd. Do you think putting together a case like this was simple? Please get to the point. As your pals from beyond the Gorkin River say, to be a falcon, the quail must quail no longer. There's a few more steps. I'm not a birdologist. I don't know about bird law, but I don't think that that's exactly the case. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I've never understood that proverb. Oh yes, and most importantly, a double homicide. On the fourth day, Bachelor Dankovsky shot 2 random passerby outside the warehouses. What, will you tell me that didn't happen either? If I remember correctly, I shot one of them. Joke's on you, I'm a free man. Okay, maybe I won't say that. I'm not gonna be any good as a criminal. Don't put me on the stand. I'm gonna lie. Honestly, Inspector, I just don't like you. So I'm just, It wasn't like that at all. I talked to them and they left. There were no casualties. When you deny the facts, please do me a favor and explain yourself, and stop meandering. Tell me your version of the event in detail. Describe your universe, so speak. So to speak? Is that maybe what you say? Describe your universe, so speak. I think that's a command. Okay. Oh yeah. Honestly, let's be a flippant. And honestly, I could probably use some of myself. Let them bring more coffee first, and make sure they add sugar this time. And also, I hate you, you weasel person. Okay, here we go. Another version. I can cancel past events. I knew about this. Don't rub it in my face. I figured it out. Click a gear-shaped island. This will turn red, or as I call it, breaking. Meaning the chain of events leading into that node will be undone when the day starts. Other people will forget that what has been said, artifacts obtained within the story can be removed from me. It's crucial to cancel the failed escape on day 4, otherwise I'll wake up in prison again tomorrow. Okay, so let's go ahead and cancel this. And I'm also going to cancel your death, dude. I'm going to try for that. Okay, so good. I'm just going to ignore this all entirely because I am no quitter. I'm going to figure it... Actually, you know what? To be honest, I'm starting today kind of fresh. I don't know what's going on. I mean, the previous thing I remember about this day is that I woke up in jail, so this is going to be all new to me. Day 4, which ends more abruptly than the rest. Well, don't say that. Give me time to screw up first. Is there a... Just give me the... Control? It's control. What a weird thing. Okay, here we go. What do you got for me? So... Bad Grief's life is in danger. So... Oh, and you're in a... Of course your life is in danger, in a dangerous district. Alright, so what do we got for today? Ooh. Georgie scheduled a meeting with me at his workshop. So let's go see... my first morning is as head of the anti-plague command. People crave my attention. Okay, well, it's not a starring role. Let's not get too big of yourself, Dankovsky. Bad Grief provided transportation for the people willing to flee the town. Maybe. But I have to go find Bad Grief before somebody gives him grief by doing upon him a murder. Okay. All right, we have our day laid out for us. Or like a marmot? Traditional medicine? What are these names? All right, fine. I'll read each node. Is that what you want to hear? Traditional medicine. Yesterday, young Barak and I struck a deal. I'm waiting for his assistance at the hospital. Hero in a serpent cloak. The town's defense against the plague is in my hands. Citizens await decrees, and my secretary awaits me with his morning's report. Bad Grief's life is in danger. Bad Grief is believed to be Simon's murderer. I wonder what earned him such a title. I don't think Bad Grief murdered him, but then again, I only have one interaction with Bad Grief, and that is the import or smuggling of very dumb boots. My kingdom for a horse. The final preparations for the escape are complete. At the station, I'll have time to jump into the last car. I'm sorry, Daniel, we're not going to do it. Or like a marmot. If I try to flee, I'll be caught and caged like a rat. Or was there still a way? This town is trapped. I feel sorry for this. Yeah, this I already read. In a previous day. Okay, so good news, God, what was your name? Hawk? I think it was Hawk. Let me see what the situation is. What is it? Day 4? We're on day 4. Things are pretty low. I destroyed a focus of infection and the plague receded. Fighting Shabnak is a good alternative to decrees. Okay. What do we have that's blue? What is blue? Unrest? Blue is a straight line. That's contagion. We don't really need to reduce the amount of contagion too much. Unrest is baselining. So let's do a very, very light decree. That's way too much. I just want to reduce contagion by a wee bit. By a wee bitty bit. 5 patrolmen, and yeah, this is perfectly fine. Good. We reduce it down by itty bitty bitty bit. Because that's all we need, right? Day 4. It's only, like, popped up. It's, like, right around, what, 10? 15? 15 units? Whatever. There we go. I have officially decreed my decree. Goodbye. Hawk! Heron! Ah, you were some form of bird, I forget. Or is it a fish? I forget. Greetings, Doctor. First of all, allow me to admit how utterly honored I am to serve under an esteemed specialist with a metropolitan education. Here's my report. The town is on the brink. Problems keep piling up. Okay, okay, I've already canceled the young girl Gimski's decree on vaccinating the population with who knows what. We'll see infection rates slow down soon. I'm sure it was a very wise decision, but it was not enough. You're in charge now, and your power isn't just about shuffling decrees around like a deck of cards. There's a whole list of urgent issues that demand your immediate and full attention. Like what? Like the water supply. I'll have you know that tonight vandals destroyed the town's plumbing system, and all the water pumps are broken. Why? Yes, Daniel. Why would anyone do that? Why would anyone destroy the plumbing? Ah, you're new in town and are not used to our ways yet. The steppe folk have some superstitions, so to speak, about digging up the ground. Vlad the Younger built the plumbing to provide the town with fresh water, but not everyone approved of his kindness. Yeah, I can't say I understand why anyone would disapprove of such valuable fruits of progress. Their beliefs forbid them from, how do I put it, violating the integrity of the ground without dire need. The pipes run underground, ergo the pipes are the root of all evil. Naive logic, but undisputable in its own way. It is very disputable. Okay. Do you have an idea of where we could get water? I'm afraid not. Without water, the infection would spread even faster than it does now, and the town won't survive long. And unfortunately, that's not the only problem we're facing today. I also need your decision concerning the body disposal. As usual, you want to challenge death, but what you have to do is tidy up after her triumph. The plague is fierce indeed, and it has struck down many in just a couple of days. I'd say it's running this town into the ground, but it's so low on my charts. Heron, have you been giving me bad data? I need you to redo this Excel sheet. H-E-L, never mind. I'd say it's running this town into the ground, but that's exactly the problem. Burial is slow, expensive, and hard. There's the obvious alternative of burning the bodies. Judging by your tone, Heron, there's some catch to thy idea, then. The measure won't be popular. In the capital, they opened a new crematorium recently, or so they say. But even with the metropolitan masses, the idea of burning bodies is scandalous. What would you expect from us then? Making such a decision would make you extremely unpopular among the masses and anger the townsfolk. That's a reasonable argument. There's also the matter of the smell, smoke, ashes, and soot. How do we handle that? We don't have any newfangled crematorium like that. Okay. This is always what power means. Everybody thinks that power is just no, it's about also making decisions. No, nobody understands this. That if you mind the small details, the rest eventually paves its way through. But you can delegate, but then again, they put you in charge, Daniel. Cart the body as a step. I'm not going to encroach on native land. But honestly, yeah, I think, yeah, let's investigate the factories. It's not really a true substitute for a crematorium, but you do have factory furnaces, right? It's the best available option. Very well. I'll make the arrangements in your name today. And there's another issue. The Geez, I really wanted to know what he was going to say. I'd like to be upfront about every single issue that's like going to be confronted me. You know, I don't know. Never put off to tomorrow what you can probably respond to today. And the earlier you know about a problem, the earlier you can start taking steps to resolve it. But this, you're all very bright and beautiful people. You all know this. But maybe that was just a populist answer. I just want you to like me. Please, Heron, let's take a break for now. I've only just taken command, and I'm already treading water like this. Okay. Great responsibility. I turned into Spider-Man? Plague has exposed the town's problems. Superstitious savages... Careful with that terminology there, Daniel. Superstitious savages destroyed the water supply. Water is scarce, and they expect me to find a solution. Hero in the Serpent's Cloak. Okay, that's fine. So, that's okay. So what we're going to do is, I did the decree. Okay, I did the decree. Should I put something to reduce... I mean, so far, unrest is still, flatlining. That's not an issue. By the way, do I have things in the clock? I don't know if I should ever put things back in the clock. Perhaps I should. Perhaps I should... Hello? How may I help you? Laravel, the Merciful. I noticed that some young people in the town seemed unable to find their place. Those who didn't follow the Kane's ideas or the kin's faith. They looked for their own path, but still seemed lost. Lara Ravel... Isn't that... Oh, is it 2 words? Lara Ravel... And shouldn't that be capitalized? Is that a name? This will require further research. Lara Ravel thought the meaning of life was to open a shelter. Well, it's very kind of you. Who is the person that you're standing in front of?
My heart beats uneven.
What? Why? You remind me of that woman in BioShock Infinite. You're dressed almost exactly like her, except the wig is a little bit too big for your head. But right? I'm not going crazy, am I? Dr. Dankovsky, I was told you had agreed to leave the town during the plague. I'm glad the power is now in the hands of a man who is no stranger to compassion. Do I know you? My name is Lara Ravel. So it is capitalized. So there was a bit of a spelling error in the introductory slide. I inherited a mansion in the flank from my father. In fact, it is the house that I've come to talk to you about. Please spare me a minute. Okay, I'm listening. My house has long been a shelter for anyone who needs a roof over their head. Now that the whole town is in peril, I need to play my part more than ever. I shelter those who have lost something, their home, their loved ones, their job, their reason to live on. No. Thank you for being so eager to help. There will be more and more people in need with each passing day. Yes, of course. I have helpers. Besides lodgings, we also help with food, water, medicine. People are used to turning to us in their time of need, which is a good thing. But now our supplies are dwindling. To be honest, we'd be grateful for any help the town hall can spare us. You distribute water? This morning I was told the plumbing system had been destroyed. Where did you get your water? It has, but we still have water carriers in these parts. They go to the springs in the steppe and carry barrelfuls of water from there. I've already arranged the deliveries. They're very compassionate people. If I come for a sanitary check, I'll talk to them. No, so the town does have water after all, reassuring. Okay. What am I saying here? Benevolent Lara Ravel has opened her doors to people in need. Let's hope they don't all infect each other there. Do I go back to talking? I don't know. I feel like our conversation was cut short. People who give themselves completely run out quickly. We have much in common. Yes, well, when you devote yourself to caring about the lives of other people, sometimes you spread yourself thin. Grace, what are you doing here? Her fingers don't touch the keys when she plays the piano.
Oh, Yulia is very intelligent. Shame that it's a tragic kind of intelligence.
You probably want to ask why the town's fragmentation... Sorry, 1 second. I am having the worst time reading today. Probably get that looked at. You probably want to ask why the town's fragmentation is Simon's design, and not a flaw in your perception. You remember our conversations in the wrong order. No, in the right one. I remember everything correctly, unlike everyone else. Simon was a teacher to me, I suppose. He taught me calligraphy, piano, and dowsing. I don't think he considered me an outstanding student, though. Then why did he teach you? Both Simon and Isidore had many students. I think it was more important to Simon that I agreed to live in the Stillwater. It's a difficult house. It exhausts most people. And out of gratitude, he showed me a few things here and there. Maybe he was studying... I don't know. Let's not be creepy. I don't know. I mean, So, you can tell me about his philosophy. You know how people sometimes say, a person of integrity? Simon believed that integrity and wholeness limit a person, and that to become something greater, one must first stop being a monolith. Yeah, I guess that's true. It's fair enough to realize that you've made of cells and filled with bacteria, but a person can't be reduced down to just those things. I don't understand how that would help. The Kanes also believed in memory. They believed part of a person is the imprints they leave on other people, places, and objects, and that the more of your traces settle on them, the less you're imprisoned by your body or your lifespan. I mean, to a degree, that's true. I mean, you know, it's like... All right, I don't know why I'm going to bring the... but it's brought up in the movie Coco, where essentially a person dies two deaths. When one, their body ceases to function, and the other is when the last person in existence forgets their name. So, you know, perhaps it's a bit romantic and maybe sometimes sad, but I kind of agree with that. I think it's a beautiful statement. That's why veneration is always, you know, to some degree important, if it is earned. Easter was so simple, but they're just words. When I talk to people, I sometimes feel like I see myself through their eyes. I often address myself in the second person in my thoughts, as if there was more than one of me. I mean, that's true. I do that as well. I often address myself in the second person in my thoughts, as if there was more than one of me. It's hard, isn't it? When everything gets mixed up. But then again, it should be hard. A trial requires exertion. No, you're thinking on the basest of planes. What we need are more eyes. Is this the path Simon laid out for me? I don't know. And what difference does it make? Would you even be able to step off it now, if you wanted? Yeah, of course not. And this is, honestly, from time to time, this is a very fair thing. Of course not, but for a moment it was nice to imagine that my neuroses and exhaustion were not the weakness of my organism, but the designs of some great sage. That means it's not my fault. And thank you for the amalgam. I always appreciate
I
it.
seem to hardly cast a shadow anymore.
I hear it. I hear the voice from below the earth.
Words are boring. All that is interesting is written between the lines.
Whose voice? A man was shoved into a coffin and buried alive. He's screaming, crying for help. What a nightmare. Wait, yeah. What are we standing around for? We have to hurry and rescue him. I don't know why they buried him. I just hear him underground. I sense him. Are we sure he's even in the cemetery? He could just be buried in someone's backyard. There, I heard it. Classic man buried alive. Couldn't he provide me the address and coordinates? Fine, I'll find him myself. Alright, looks like we're also on corpse identification and patrol. Feel a man is buried alive right now at the cemetery.
I'm drenched through to the bone.
How buried alive are we talking? Like, because I really wanted to go see Georgie. Cripes. Everything is kind of timed, isn't it? Alright, I'm making a judgment call. Probably not the best thing to do, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, here we go. What do you guys got? Okay, I don't have time to talk to the common folk. Okay, this is gonna be a real quick trip. I'm just gonna go see Georgie. Georgie Porgy Pudding Pie. Okay. Is that... That's not the changeling, is it? No. No, you have hair. Can't be her. Okay, let me see. Nope, right. Georgie's over here. Georgie! You wanted to... What? Who the hell are all these people? What do we have? What does he want from the judge? Who is this young man? Who are the guards protecting him from? Okay. Hi. Oh, wait, hold on. Are you Notkin?
It's a disgrace to be illiterate. One must learn to read the signs of fate.
Bachelor, you arrive at a most opportune moment. Would you mind helping me to resolve a matter of some complexity, so to speak? Please hear the accusation, and lend your mind to the weighing of a verdict. So at the very least, broken bone. I'd love myself. I'm a physician, not a judge. Yeah, unless this involves, unless this involves blood poisoning, or at least, very least, a broken bone, I doubt it'll be much help. I'm a physician, not a judge. You are a thinking man, and it is the way that you think that interests me. You seek to understand Simon, do you not? If so, it will be instructive for you to put yourself in his place. Simon was particularly interested in trials where law came into conflict with justice. Yeah, the law always comes in conflict with justice. Well, I won't get into it. Very well, I'm ready. Excellent. Then let us proceed. Look upon this young man. By the letter of the law, his fate is the gallows. What did he do? He killed his old man, slit his throat with a knife. And is there any evidence besides your word? Wasn't his real father. Neighbors say the man picked the boy up off the street about 3 years back, took pity on the beggar, fed him, and taught him carpentry. But the boy turned out wild, climbing through the neighbors' windows, stealing shiny things like a damn magpie, dragging his loot home. The father tried raising him, with words, with the rod, but it didn't work. And yesterday, the whole thing ended with a knife to the throat. Poor bastard. The rod? You're serious? Did your father beat you, boy? He won't answer. Seems he's mute. Don't talk at all. You see, Bachelor, even now you are moving away from the law and beginning to look for nuance. Think about why you're doing so. To ease your conscience, perhaps? To act strictly according to the law would be too cruel, would it not? And if he did beat him, so what? He was right to, wasn't he? The boy don't understand kindness. Um, well, to pass judgment, one needs to see the whole picture. What, you feel sorry for this little savage? What about the man? Don't you feel sorry for him? So you let this one go, and tomorrow he'll climb through another window and slit someone else's throat. It'll be on you. You! Why are you so certain that he's the murderer? The whole damn street heard it. They heard the screams. The man was yelling, saying how dare he speak to him like that. And there was a crash. The whole flat was turned upside down. Turned upside down? So they fought? Think, will ya? What stupid questions are these? Of course they fought. Okay, and in your view, this frail youth could fight an adult man on equal terms? He's wild. Ain't you see how savages fight? We're throwing around that word a lot. Think, Bachelor. But about yourself, not the case. You probe the accusation for weakness. But why? I want you to look at yourself from the outside and answer this question. What is driving you now? A thirst for justice or compassion? All right, so take this away. I would actually argue that in all things, I try to lead with compassion first, and only if it is absolute must justice be sought. I want to give people the benefit of the doubt, but if the crime is too heavy, then justice, of course. But, you know, in situations, I don't know. I thoroughly believe that someone is innocent until proven guilty. You know, and I know that that is the letter of the law. That's like, you know, well, that's not, that's the letter of the law. That's not the actual verdict of it. And oftentimes not how it's even treated. But I want to be proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that this happened. So far in this particular case, this kid, you know, so what I'm hearing is there were no witnesses to the actual event. Nobody actually saw the kid kill the guy. Apparently they were in a fight, and perhaps, you know, I don't know what the circumstances would be specifically, but it does seem like, you know, if it was a toe-to-toe fight, I don't see how the kid lost, unless this particular adult was, you know, incredibly frail. I don't know. I believe that there can be no justice without compassion. Simon said that compassion is a double-edged sword. Compassion leads to doubt, and doubt may lead to error. That's actually true. I've never heard compassion described as a sword. That was his gift. He could see beyond dilemmas and paradoxes, reconciling compassion with law. When faced with two resolutions, he was able to choose both. He believed that if you weigh another's fate, you can only use the scales of your own conscience. Hey, hold on. You mean to let the little imp go? What kind of conscience is that? Letting a crime go without punishment. Yeah, this is true. I mean, if things were stolen and reported to be into the house, then at least the boys should be detained for the suspicion of theft. For sure. But the murder charge, I'm not sure. But I also believe that punishment must be borne by the criminal, not whoever you happen to catch first. Both of these are very fair options. I'm gonna go with this one. Oh, so you know who the criminal is then, do you? Because you've been covering for this boy the whole time. Okay. I don't, and you don't either. That is precisely the problem. Thank you, Bachelor. I shall take your observations into account when I render judgment upon the boy's fate. As for your own fate, you are not yet prepared to understand Simon, nor to think as he did. But I see that you are trying. Return the day after tomorrow. Another dilemma awaits. I'll be there, I promise. Let's see. Simon's lessons. The proceedings were unlike any court hearing I've ever witnessed. Georgie expects me again in 2 days. It seems when faced with a choice, Simon either didn't choose at all or somehow chose both opposing options. I'm not sure how to interpret that. Perhaps it will reveal itself to me shortly. I am freaking out. Again. Okay. I need to calm down. Is there anything that would make me feel a little bit better? I don't know. What is that statue? I can't determine. Alright. But I am super fast! Okay. We're going to go to... Oh, there's... I kind of just want to take a quick peek in here just to see if I have... Okay, hold on. I feel like this is a tiny waste of time. Okay, it was only a minute. That's perfectly fine. Okay, first off, is there anything that can depress me here? Really looking forward to being depressed right now. No, oh, sorry, hello. Didn't mean to run into you. Just wanted to break this mirror.
It's more honest now.
Okay, what is it? Benevolent Lara Ravel opened up a... Oh, okay, fine. Whatever. Okay, I need to check out the... Oh, hello, everyone. Yesterday, young Barack and I struck a deal. I'm waiting for his assistance at the hospital. Hello. Oh, so you're our doctor now? No wonder the whole theater cleared out when you showed up. I mean, everything's ready for you in the former theater. All the positions, poultices, and beds. Your assistant sent me to tell you they're just waiting on you. All right, well, at least something's going according to plan. That's pretty good. Oh, wait, the bookshelf. Nope, you just have tradable items. That's perfectly fine. I need to check out, projectile? No. Prototype. I don't... Wait, but I know that back here... Yes, very good. Okay, good. So we have stuff to load up the prototype. Load. Great. The prototype is successfully loaded. It should be good for a little while longer. Now, I'm going to do something a little risque. I'm going to strip completely naked. No, I'm going to use the mania that I have currently and the fact that I have a loaded prototype to go into this infected district and see if... Okay, so if that's... So, okay. That looks like... Okay, so if that's anything... Hi. No, go away from me. I'm busy. Oh, I don't have... Oh, sorry. I don't have any matches. Or I have, like, one match. Oh, and while I'm here, I might as well drink some calomel. Bring my self back up. Okay. Oh, no, a plague tornado! Okay, so she's back. All right. Okay, so is this anything? Or is this just a structure? Is this... Am I crazy? I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay. Not another plague tornado! Nope. I hear the heartbeat to the beat of the drums. And it is such a shame that you came here with someone. Okay. Uh-huh. Or is that just my own heart? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Alright, where have I explored so far? So let me go this way. I don't know if the Shabnak's here. It's a loud beat. Okay. Am I moving away from it? Is that just the heartbeat of my mania? Which I'm pretty sure is a Duran Duran song? No? Okay, we're gonna go across this way. And Shabnak's not even, you know, slapping me around. It's just the plague tornadoes. Also known as the band I was in middle school. I mean, it's great to not feel under pressure. I might be wasting a bit of time, but if it's about sorting out the plague, then I feel like it's worth it. Plus, if it's an infected district, then that technically means that there is some infective ground. But I'm not... And the heartbeat seems to be slowing in direct relation to how not manic I am. Uh-huh. Alright, I'm gonna go this way. I'm not... Let me see. Alright, I'll do further down this way. Uh-huh. Yeah, I seem to be fine now. Hello. I'm not feeling it. I don't think I'm having the same situation. And in fact, Shabnak's not even here, bothering me. So it makes me feel like I can't do it. So I won't. Excuse me. I'm gonna leave. Goodbye. Unless that's it. This is the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota. Okay. Is it loud here because it's the floor stuff, or is it loud here because there's an actual thing? It was just no, it was just the floor stuff. Okay, I'm leaving. This was all a waste of time. Goodbye. We're going to go to... What do we want to do next? So if there is a man buried alive in the... but then also... Okay. I'm going to go to Bad Grief next. Okay? That's going to be dangerous. It's not going to be great. Hi. I have 2 schmullets left. And I need to go to Bad Grief's place, so I have to go run across... In fact, I'm actually going to go this way. Alright. Yes. Oh, you blockaded it? Oh, you guys are just... Yes, shut up. No, I'm done with you. I'm leaving. You guys are mean. Actually, you know what I could use? I could use just a bit of... No, I'm so low on calomel. Ugh, never mind. I'm not going to risk it. Hello, everyone. Hello. Lovely place you have here. Don't touch me. Okay, yep, great. Where are we going? Okay, so we just need to go through here and then break through the fence. Yes, no, don't touch me! Everyone's so angry today. Okay, we go through here. Then we go, whoop, right up through here. And then, oh, okay, there's people that have a problem with Bad Grief. Hi, folks. You, the hell are you skulking around here for? Who do you run with? Not with one of Bad Grief's boys, are you? You don't look it. Keep walking, pal. This is me telling you nicely. We don't got time to count your bones. I am Daniel Dankovsky, Bachelor of Medicine. Always pleasant for the niceties. Huh? Any idea what he just said, Vic? Heck if I know. Either he bit his tongue or that's some kind of can. You ain't from around here, are you? Very observant, gentlemen. I'm indeed not a local, but I'm looking for a local shady dealer, one who goes by the name of Bad Grief. Right. You're one of them big city fleas. Who else is gonna have a smirk that nasty? They don't make 'em like that anywhere else. What do you want? You wine glass? What did Bad Grief do to you? Why are you breaking into his place? That person killed Simon and he thinks he got away clean. The hell do you have, Grief? You hear me? You son of a gun? You're getting what's coming to you for Simon. I didn't know Simon, but something tells me he wouldn't approve of revenge killing. Then scuttle back under your log. If you didn't know Simon, none of this is any concern of yours. And I've got hate enough for everyone tonight. Been itching to fill a grave since this morning. Are you sure Bad Grief killed Simon? This is important. Do you have evidence? A cartload of proof. Or maybe I should say, A carload? Everyone knows what Grief's business is. Stashing goods in railway cars. What are these voices I'm trying to go for? Simon was mighty twisted up about it, so Bad Grief killed him. Get it? It all adds up. Okay, Simon disapproved of smuggling? In my experience, operations like these never run without tacit endorsement from those in power. Huh? He's slandering Simon? You running your shameless flea mouth? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna drop you for that. Is that why you're attacking Bad Grief? Because he said something wrong? Looked at you wrong? You bet. When word got out the sage was murdered, he went to the Crucible that very same day. There was a whole crowd showing their loyalty and paying their respects. And there's Bad Grief standing there with a huge smirk on his frickin' face. Not a tear in his eye. So you're saying that Bad Grief murdered someone, Simon, because he didn't see him cry? I mean, I didn't cry either when I learned of Simon's death. Does that mean I killed him? You deaf or what? I'm telling you, he stood there smirking. Who laughs like that when someone's dead? I get the impression Simon meant a lot to you. Did you know him personally? Simon. Back when I was young and foolish, I got wasted and knifed a guy on the street. They nabbed me straight away and were going to string me up. Turns out, I stabbed Simon Kane, of all people. Almost did him in, and he told him to let me go. He said he forgave me. He got me off the hook with a whole bunch, with the whole town watching. He got, well, we're not going to repeat that one. I promise I'm an mature adult, but whatever. He got me off the hook. There we go. He got me off the hook with the whole town watching. He had the gallows taken apart and distributed the bits for firewood. It was winter. And then he invited me to the Crucible and sat me down at the table with his whole family. Can you imagine? I sure couldn't. Before Simon, everyone treated me like a dog. Then he took one look at me, and right then I knew I was a person, not a dog at all. I'll remember it forever. Simon set an example for how to treat criminals, and now what are you doing? So what's your plan? Let him go? Let her learn her loose in the town? You almost killed Simon, and he responded by breaking bread with you. How's it right that our greatest man is lying in the ground while this murderer eats, sleeps, and breathes, happy as a clam? It's not right. But do you understand that killing Bad Grief won't bring Simon back? You're right. This was a bad idea. I guess being so miserable and so hammered drove me proper nuts. Every time some screw goes loose in my head, I make a mess of things and regret it later. I mean, look at me, knife in hand, trying to smash down some bastard's door. I said it. Yep, I said it. Can't unsay it. There we go. Cat's out of the bag on that one. Simon definitely would have told me off. Come on, Vit, let's sober up. I knew you were a reasonable man. I'm glad to be proven right. Okay. Grief, nope. Hi, Grief. Hi, can I speak to... Can I stay here for a second? Am I out of calomel? Just need to take a quick drink for the nerves. Hey, folks. Hey, who the hell are you now? I'm Daniel Dankovsky. You say that as if I should know you. Sorry, pal, first time I've heard that name. It's alright, pal. Who are you people, by the way? Us? We work with... Weren't you just outside? No, I'm just kidding. Us, we work with Bad Grief. So he's not alone out here, then. Why are you trembling in the corner like field mice? There were two of you and there were two of them. What was the problem? We're not fighters, we're just businessmen. We don't have nothing to do with it. We had nothing to fight with, neither. No weapons. Okay, I don't know what you were hoping for. Grief's one lucky guy. Always lands on his feet. And this time, we did too. I'm a doctor. If he's wounded, I can help. Really? You're not one of those guys, are you? They got in their heads that Grief bumped off Simon. The halfwits flew right off the handle. Just ask Grief if he'll see me. Hear that, Grief? There's some guy here. Says he's some doctor and can help. Huh? Come in, doctor. Okay, so he's conscious. That's something, at least. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
This month's train was loaded. Top shelf products.
Dankovsky? Mother always told me to stay away from ticks, tricks, and doctors. I didn't listen, of course. Those goons clear off? Yeah. They won't bother you anymore. Wait, how did you chase them away? They damn near broke my door down. I heard them out. That's often all it takes. I'd have heard them out if they didn't try to skip straight to stabbing. So what did they want? It was because of the railway raid, am I right? I was just trying to help. I had no idea the patrolmen would sweep the cars. I'm telling you, I had no idea. They said that on the day Simon died, you were standing outside the crucible smirking. They told you that? Why would Simon's death make me smirk? I respected him like the others did. They think I offed him? Without Simon, the town's flipped its lid. People let go of their final marble. Well, what's your theory? Who do you think killed Simon? None of the townsfolk would lay a finger on Simon. That's a cast iron fact. Here, I'll bet you the gold in my teeth that it was that out-of-town vixen, the broad with the mean face. Have you seen her? Arrived on the same train as you. I'm not gonna correct it. I don't remember anybody on the train. Else you and I have a different idea of mean face. Must have been in another car then. She's in a capital dress. Also, I'm sorry. I think this is Yulia. Just saying. So far, she's just been described as a sourpuss, by everybody. And I'm sorry. Listen, it's just there's just some things you can change. But you do have a terrible habit of constantly smoking. So I don't know why they don't describe you like that. But I don't know. She's in a capital dress and she looks like you're she's in a capital dress and she looks at you like you're a knot in the woodwork that needs smoothing down. I saw her when I was hanging out by the station. My people says she pops up like a rash all over town. One day loitering at the Crucible, and the next to the Stomaton's pub, ferreting out morsels about Simon wherever she goes. I'm confused by your hypothesis. If she killed him, why would she be ferreting out morsels about him? You, Dankovsky, are worse than a pickled watermelon. Come on, use your head. She was after something of Simon's. She offed him, but didn't get what she was looking for. Now she's circling the town like a vulture, trying to find out where Simon hid whatever it is. Okay. What is the mysterious item Simon was killed for? Do you know anything about it? You know what they say. If I could see the cards, I'd have a house by the sea. I got no clue what it is, but I'll tell you one for free. Simon was the only thing holding this town together. He was our pillar, and when the pillar fell, the plague crashed down on us. You think that's a coincidence? You might as well say snow and winter's a coincidence. Either way, an out-of-town woman asking about Simon is interesting. I suppose I ought to track her down. I don't think I treated you, but you'll be fine, I guess. Okay. Did I treat Simon, quote-unquote? Thief has no stone wall. Several thugs are breaking into Bad Grief's lair. They'll break down the doors soon. Unlikely they just forgot their keys. Ha 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 ha. Good one, Daniel. Friend in need. The danger to Bad Grief's eliminated. Now all I need from him is the truth. And he says, hour by hour, closer to death. Simon was revered as a saint. No one in the town could have killed him. Bad Grief thinks it was an outside job. And now I need to find... the locals are frightened by a woman from the capital. She's investigating the town's oddities and may know more about Simon. She was seen at the pub. It's gotta be Yulia. I'm just saying. Anyway, kisses, love you. Hope you don't bleed out. I don't think I treated you with anything. Goodbye. Okay, now everybody's mad again, and we're going to go to... Oh, she's right next door. Okay, so I'm just going to go north. I'm going to go straight. Well, I'm going to go straight and see what happens. Hello, everyone.
What is that?
I would love it if you just didn't touch me. That would be... No, you guys blockaded it. Why are you so annoying? Go away. Don't touch me. I can't. Can I crawl? No, I can't. Okay, get out. Don't touch me. Okay, is this also route blocked? It probably is. Yes, it is. Okay, excuse me. Oh, you son of a gun. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go through here, and then we're gonna... Ooh, what's that? Okay, that's an exit. I don't care. I'm just gonna take it. Just gonna take it. Don't touch me. Just gonna take it. Just gonna take it. We're just gonna leave. Okay, and I'm gonna go... Oh, this is exactly where I wanted to go. How fortuitous. All of my tuitus is forted. I fort it all over the place with my... Oh, never mind. Okay, so we gotta go... What do you think is the best way to get around here? I think I'm gonna follow the train tracks a little bit. It's already 3 in the afternoon. Christmas. Probably shouldn't have spent so much time trying to find the plague stuff. Now I'm slow because I'm sad. Alright. Okay, good. This is the right direction. Y'all don't have a trash can a fella could kick? Would be super cool. What do we got? Oh, sorry. It's behind me. Or in this... Wait, it's... Where... How do I get in you? How do I enter your heart?
Forgot that there's so
yes,
much
okay, here we
to the
go.
world.
Alright, where am I? Oh, it's the thing. Potential outbreak. What? What? Yesterday, the plague nearly got inside the pub. I decided to make sure everything's fine now. Yes, I did. That's totally why I'm here. For the safety of the town, just to make sure everyone is happy and healthy and hoopy. Oh, hey, there's whatever his face is. Ooh, loot. Thank you. I will take the charred papers. I don't know why I'm taking this. Oh, here we go. Ag cannot burn anymore. You are, as always, pursuing something lay, but you are looking in the wrong place. An amazing paradox indeed. What you seek is not ahead of you. I'm, then. A, to leave this woman alone. Focus on bringing it to life. You hardly need my advice on... Okay. Charred correspondence. No one here stands out from the provincial drunkards. That's why I question the staff and the other patrons. Really? Nobody stands out? What about a beer, Dankovsky? Can I get some calomel myself? Oh, okay. Dancer seems to be dancing. What's up, buddy? How's your bar going?
There's nothing to talk about.
Dankovsky. Oh, the view from up here is to die for. I'm not going to ask that question. Nobody knows that. Let's ask the thing that actually matters. And also, I don't even think that Simon Kane is dead. They say some damsel from the capital is frequenting your bar. Didn't I just chastise Bad Grief for using, you know, such terminology? I don't know, Daniel. Come on, pick a lane. They say some damsel from the capital is frequenting your bar now. Ah, I didn't call this filthy cellar the Broken Heart for nothing, did I? Dankovsky and his damsels from the capital. What, is a pair of pretty thighs the only thing that can lure you to the ends of the earth? Yes. Next question. Sorry. It's the other way around. I suspect it was she who came for because of me. No, don't be so full of yourself. I was told she might have something to do with Simon's murder. Oh, look at this. The plot tightens. Dankovsky has lost his heart to a belle who's killed Simon Kane himself. I've never even seen her, Andrew, and I can't describe her to you. They say she has a wicked face. Your kind of gal. Why are you always attracted to smart, unapproachable women? It's just the thrill of the chase. Choose a crush of your own level. Some country bumpkin. You'll produce a litter of brats and live in a house overlooking a herd of sheep. Quiet, happy life. This joke is dragging on for too long. I know, but you're so funny when you get mad. I can't deny myself the pleasure. Look at you, all blushing. Just tell me, have you seen her or not? I'd remember someone from the capital. If she were here, then I must have missed her. But it's not like I stick here all day. I'm a busy man. Ask the bartender. All right, I will, thank you. Okay, what about you guys? Have you seen a woman with a wicked face? Wait, you're Eva's lodger, aren't you? I haven't seen Eva here for a while now. She used to visit every day, but now she avoids this place. What happened? Jesus Christmas. Way to be so insulting about the town, Daniel. Why is that the first place you gotta go? Well, as a doctor, I would advise you to stay at home as well. There's a quarantine in town, and it's been invoked due to an epidemic on a scale never seen before. If you say so. I do miss our conversations, though. She was an incredible person. It's like she lives among us day by day. But by night. Nope. It's like she lives among us by day, but by night she goes off to sleep on a cloud. And there's a cloud tangling in her hair, like a feather. That's why she has that look. Sometimes the mistresses of the town lack some of her qualities. I mean, the white mistress, of course. Okay, tell me, have you met any other interesting ladies to talk to these days? They say there's a guest from the capital here. I have. We talked. Then she left. Everyone leaves this place. You mentioned, did she mention where she was going to, when she was going to return here? Look, could you share your secret of your, I'm in luck. Could you share the secret of your conversation with me? She's interested in, miracles. She told me there were no miracles in the capital anymore, just cheap tricks. Cheap trick? They're playing in the capital? We should go! Smoke and Mirrors, Moving Pictures. Wait, no, Smoke and Mirrors is one band, but Moving Pictures, I'm pretty sure that's Queen, isn't it? Anyway, how I wish someone opened up a cinema here. That, by the way, that is an incredible lineup. Cheap Tricks, Queen, I don't even know why they would pair together. And also, one of those bands isn't around anymore. Did she introduce herself? What's her name? Now that you ask, I suddenly realize I haven't quite caught the name. Though I think she did tell it, or didn't she? We discussed this place. I told her that this place used to be a factory shop. Even the furnaces are still here. She was interested. What interested? No, did she ask about Simon Kane? She didn't ask me. I think the Stomaton brothers are much more of interest to her. The polyhedron especially. She talked a lot about it. Then she suddenly asked if I had any matches. What for? I don't know, but she definitely wanted to burn something. Thank you. You were of great help. Do I want to talk to you? No, I don't care about you. I want to talk to the bartender. How's the dancer doing? Do you look dead? This isn't yesterday's dancer, not Kulan. Okay, someone else. Okay. Sorry, I don't remember. Let me ask the bartender. Everyone gets a drink on the house today. What's the reason behind this generosity? As if you couldn't guess. Your deeds are legend in these parts. You saved Andri, saved our pub. You get two. Didn't save Kulan. Kulan or the other dancer? Kulan will help others. Her blood will become part of the vaccine that saves the town. Or it doesn't, and then no one will survive. Wow, you almost had it, Daniel. You almost had it. Can I acknowledge I'm acknowledging the patient. Bishanda Kalaneb, bide kunyi beshidbi, Karin bide bodotodo. Poor Kulan. I'm interested in one of your customers. She wears clothes in the capital fashion. She asked about Simon. Oh, I remember her. She played chess at the table over there with one of the locals. I noticed her at once because, she looks like every step is a capture en passant. Oh, you've been struck by her charms, have you? You could say that. That's what my mother was like. Cold, authoritative, beauty. Sorry, I got carried away. No reason to apologize, friend. I'm right there with you. No, go on. I'm interested. Yeah, I am. Looks like this woman is good at making impressions. There's a word. Pedigree. That's her. In every gesture. I wanted to come over, get acquainted, but I didn't dare in the end. I would take a step, and then I'd think she was out of my league. But I'll be certain to come over next time. Doesn't hurt to try, does it? Maybe you've heard her name? Alas, no. It was noisy, and she was sitting pretty far. I heard her voice, a little hoarse-like, but I didn't get the words. Are you sure we're talking about the same woman? I am. There's never been another like her in this den. She makes my skin crawl. How can that be? Everyone has seen her, but nobody can tell me anything of use. No one even knows her name. She's good at keeping secrets and knows the value of words. You can see that at once. By her look, by her walk. Well then, thank you anyway. So you say that some people played the chess. What news? What news have we had? Alright, so we just missed her. Mystery identity. Andre thinks the guest is avoiding him. Perhaps she avoids anyone who lived in the capital and might recognize her? Well, in that case, she's definitely making herself scarce from me. Decent people are sleeping. The capital lady does visit the pub at night, but she arrived in town only after Simon's death. Unlikely she's the killer. Okay. Still. Nope! That was an accident. I didn't mean to set you on fire. Wait, hold on. Wait, no. I'm sorry. You were dressed almost like the Harusbecks. Drink with me, Tag. Remember Golgeken. What was that name? It's Simon Kane. Golgeken. This is what the heater was called back then, before the double owners. No one would dare to serve Twire infusions then. We drank cheap Tarunian brandy. Have you seen a woman with a wicked face here? I am Shagtai Eghair is not a woman. She's a steppe man-eater, a shabnak idig. When you see her, you don't see anything after that ever. No, she's an entirely different calamity. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to assume. Oh, can I loot you? Please say yes. Thank you. Do you have calomel? You do not, but at least I get my matches back. And the nuts. Who else? Yep, okay, I could talk to that guy. Let me talk to you.
He shouldn't strut around like that. When the cat's away, the mice will play.
Why the long face, Dankovsky? Did someone die? My face isn't long. You're the one who's suspiciously cheerful, Andre. Why shouldn't I be cheerful? A new day begins and I'm still alive. I've cheated death. So that's how you see it, cheating. Ever woken up in the morning and realized you could have died the day before but didn't? Like your destiny was stuck at a crossroad? Okay. Oh, double apostrophes. Very nice. Okay, Andre, as a doctor, I'm telling you, you definitely could have died if you agreed to dubious medical experiments. Last night, after you talked me out of taking that step slop, in my dreams, I was dead, standing right there, talking to you and accusing you of failing to save me. But you did save me. Thank you, Dankovsky. Curious. Tell me, these crossroads of destiny, was this the first time you ever felt it, or has this happened before? Have you ever touched the clock at Stillwater? Well, yesterday was my first time. What does the clock have to do with it? You're being weird today, friend. Never mind. Forget it. I'm just glad to see you alive. By the way, Dankovsky, how's Kulan? Is she alright? Why ask me? You can check how she's doing for yourself. What is it, a guilty conscience gnawing? We're close enough for you to know that I don't have a conscience, but with Kulan, it's something else. It's about me being enough of a moron to trust old Gimsky and spelling Kulan's death, more or less. Okay. Well, don't beat yourself up too much. You didn't force her to take that filth. Everyone is responsible for their own health. You don't understand. She didn't want to get vaccinated. It was me who nudged her, you could say. And you didn't take it for yourself? Decided to wait a bit. You wanted her to test it first, right? No, it wasn't like that at all. I would have never given it to her, that step slop, unless I believed it worked. It worked. It's Vlad. All of this is his fault. You and Vlad can sort out between yourselves who killed the dancer. It's not my place to judge. I should go. I have a mountain of work. Leaving already? Have a drink with me at least. Sorry, I don't drink and work. Alright, what do we got? Buy a thread. He who drinks wine with bad water shall not be poisoned. Andrew Stemton is fine, as are his loyal patrons. Alright, but we are running out of day, and I am running out of health. Okay. I hope there's a trader in this district. Please say yes. There isn't. While I'm here, let's go southerly and check about the corpse. It's okay, and then we'll go to the cemetery. Check this lead out. I know I wasted a lot of time. Yes, please depress me. Oh, please depress me. Alright, laying in the middle of nowhere, a great man, Farquaad, didn't deserve to die. Okay, I need more depressing things! Do you have depressing things? No, you just have more nuts. I am going to have a heart attack. In short order. Is there somebody to trade with here? Okay. I desperately need something to depress me. I'm in a cemetery! I need to be sad! Get sad or get dead. Come on, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're okay. Yes? Is any of this depressing? Look, it's a bunch of toys on a grave, Daniel. This should be horrible. Calm down. The implications are very depressing. What do we got? Is this... Oh, yes, this is where Isidore died. But that's not who I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone else. I'm looking for a different corpse. Is this it? No? I like how they have the little bells on the graves for some of them. Again, to, you know, on the off chance that they might still be alive, which is weird because, now that I realize it, it would be very good if it was ringing right now to give me some sense of direction. Okay, what do we have here? A man is buried alive at the cemetery. I need to hurry before he suffocates. Okay, so... I might have bad news about that. Because I did not hurry. So I might have to try that again. What? Benevolent Lara Ravel open... No, this is not useful to me. Where could the corpse be? Well, where could the body be buried? Grace, you could have at least given me more details about where this person was buried. I'm just gonna swallow the chemtrails. Swallow the chemtrails. I have a shovel. So I have to find the body. Is that it? Has a butterfly on it. That seems very familiar. I don't know. This might be something I have to try earlier. Right! I should probably do this earlier because Grace said... Oh, wait, never mind. Is this you? Holy cow! You... Second attempt? What do you mean second attempt? Reuben suffocated underground. Now I know where he was buried. Next time I'll manage to save him. Okay, I'm sorry, bud. Love you, bye. I won't screw it up next time, I promise. Well, allegedly. Sorry, I'm so disenfranchised by your suffocation. Hi, Grace. Yes, I goofed it. Don't look at me like that. I need to go speak to a child and trade some nuts for life. I also need to go to the hospital. I also need to go to the shelter. I need to do a lot of things. Okay, great. I need to trade. I'm fine. I'm plenty depressed, which is very good for me, because that means I won't slowly die. I need, what do we, oh, why are you so far away? Okay. So I guess, you know, that gives us, do I risk it for, no, I'm not gonna risk it. That would be insane. We go this way. So let's put together all the information that we have. So, first off, and I will continue to say, ooh, a mirror. Good thing you're sweeping, because I'm going to break this.
This is it.
Yes, you have calomel for me. Thank you. Drinky drink. Oh, that's much better. Still going to trade, though. Because I want more drugs. I still 100%. So my working theory right now is that... Ooh, another one? Give more nuts. I'm going to have so much to trade for that little child. Okay, no, that's the exit. I will take that later. Okay, now that I understand the game mechanics, I just feel a lot... Is that Frank West? Sorry. Just look like him. Now that I understand the game mechanics, I feel a lot better about missing things. The only thing I feel bad about is that I don't have a lot of amalgam. Do you trade? You do not? It's probably always the same girl in the little dress. You. Hi. We're trading now. I need calomel like you would not believe. Maybe stuff to regulate my emotions wouldn't be so terrible. So let's go get some of that. Let's pop that there. How much for a stimulant increases mania, a sedative increases apathy? It would be a good idea if I had all... Yeah, why not? Let's go get as many recipes as we possibly can. Great. Thank you. Let's use this, and now we know how to make taurine, which is... Isn't that a main ingredient in Monster Energy drink? Hold on, is that the ultimate, like, alchemical thing that we have? Where we just make monster cans? It's even more devastating than the plague or the Shabnak, which actually I feel technically like that's redundant to say. Anyway, point is, I need to break more mirrors, because I don't like the amount of apathy I have. I'm sorry, the amount of amalgam I have. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we are going to go to the hospital next. So let's go do that. And actually, maybe, for once, treat somebody like we're a freaking doctor or something. Okay. Safe here for now. Great. Would love a mirror to absolutely eviscerate.
The town dribbles.
And we go to the theater. Mark! How's it going, buddy? Sorry that I... Oh, no, you're not Mark. No, it's you. Changeling. Ugh. Thespians, am I right? Alright.
There's more of me to love. Like 2 or 3 of me.
Yeah, I'm feeling that kind of myself right now. They told me the theater's a hospital now, with a doctor for a director. So here I am, looking into your eyes, and how are you a doctor? You can tell a man's profession by his eyes? Yes, eyes give away many things. They're like keyholes. Actually, a good keyhole doesn't give way without a key. Your eyes give you away. They give you away. I look into them and see. Your body is here, but your mind is far away, in the capital. You're thinking of ways to leave. But you're not going anywhere. The town's hold on you is strong. You haven't realized it yet, but it's true. Let me see. Not bad. Maybe a little impressive, even. Any other interesting things you can tell me? You, in the capital, in a room with an investigator. You're on trial. The town has perished, and they've made you take the fall. And you could have lived with that. You are guilty of not saving it after all. But after they're finished with you, they tear apart your Thanatica, just like that, for no reason. What's wrong? You've gone pale. How did you know what I fear? Oh, it's all in your eyes. They're holes to the soul, you know that? But I'm not reading your fears. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. Do you believe me now? Then listen. You need my help at the hospital. So what can you help me with? I see you're swamped with patients here. There are more of them than rotten apples in autumn. But my hands work miracles. They can take pain away. What do you mean take pain away? Every illness comes from the heart. The body is nothing more than a reflection of the spirit. But you need not understand that. All you have to do is believe. If you don't let me in a few days, your hospital will vanish. Ta-da! It doesn't matter if you like me or not. What matters is the people inside. Don't you agree? And what are you going to do exactly? Save those you write off as doomed. I don't think it will hamper you. You can't even begin to comprehend the parts of the body I work with. You know what? This is horribly irresponsible. Now, here's the thing. If you were to ask me, living the linear life, the mono-universal existence that I have now, saying, hey, Minnie Moose, why don't you make a child an orderly? Or, you know what, this young child who apparently can do some sort of surgery. This isn't a sitcom. I would obviously say no, but you know what? With the fact that, you know, Shabnaks might be real, I see shadows of people's corpses, I can travel through what appears to be various different universes. Heck, the strange architecture alone makes me feel like there are forces here beyond my understanding. Why the heck not? We ball. Who knows? Maybe your presence will calm someone. All right, come in, but don't go around calling yourself a doctor, and don't get in the way of real medicine. Understood? Don't call yourself a doctor. You are more about words than what actually matters, scholar. All right, I'll obey. I'd say don't get in my way either, but you couldn't even if you wanted to. Words are extremely important. Okay. Acceptance. What do we have? Clara's asked for permission to work in the hospital. I agreed on my terms. A strange visitor awaits me. Okay. All right, Clara, come on. We have patients to see. Hello, everyone. Yakov Little, my assistant. I have an assistant? Neato. Why did he show up? Where did he even come from? There isn't even a school here. I didn't ask for an assistant. And I didn't ask for him to climb into the jaws of the plague with me. I never asked for this.
She is a quack, but her hands do ease the pain. The girl Clara.
Doctor, there you are. I've been appointed your assistant, though through my education. In short, I'm not even a veterinarian. Just dabbling in medicine, really. I hope you don't send me away on my first day. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. Yakov Little, at your service. Jesus Christ, Daniel. We'll see. There's a lot to do. We'll find a use for you. Thank you for trusting me. I solemnly promise to you that I will learn everything. Catch it on the fly. The governor's people found me. I used to do some stitching on them when needed. Okay. Honestly, I don't think of myself as a doctor either. I'm a researcher, a scientist. I have a laboratory in the capital, not an infection ward. You're being humble. If you're no doctor, then who is? Allow me a question. Yesterday, you ordered us to look for people whose test results suggest sandpest, but don't have its signs and symptoms. How could that be? Intercurrent disease. Another infection suppresses the plague. For a time, supposedly. What's with the dancer from yesterday? How is she feeling? Did you get any reports? I did. She died. But not from the sand pest. 2 diseases weakened her. If we treated that other one, maybe she would have lived a wee bit longer. But there's good news, too. I ventured to test the whole pub for plague this morning. Everyone's clean. So the dancer wasn't contagious then. Huh. That's what I'd hoped for then, a great patient artist. You do have some understanding, Little. Do carry on like that. So, we're going to make our drug from the blood of these kind of patients, the ones the plague didn't kill outright? Did I get that right? Our vaccine will try, how do I say it, to pass their resistance on to others? Yeah, a serum or convalescent plasma would also work too, just to support those who have been infected. It also helps. A serum is more likely than a vaccine in our situation, but call it what you may. No. Okay, yes, this is actually definitively true. We won't get a universal treatment right away, but if our serum works on at least some cases, it will still be a victory. That's how it'll be, huh? We'll find patients and carry them straight to the centrifuge. To make a vaccine out of them? Doesn't sound humane. Okay, Little, you need to decide how intelligent you actually are. No, we diagnose them first. Or the centrifuges will spin who knows what. We'll do an interview, a physical exam, a second interview about symptoms. Tests, maybe, but not for plague. That might be a quandary. The microscope you brought from the capital, we installed it like some monument, but we couldn't find any slides or reagents for it. We're looking for them. Okay. Okay. Okay, we'll try to do without the microscope for now. Might even be better while you're still learning. We'll find everything. It's my first day working. Please don't be too harsh. It's bedlam over here. I've only just discouraged the orderlies from plundering the other costumes, besides the bird ones. All right, here. I put together a list of diseases we might encounter in patients who resist the plague. But it's easier to show that in action, on a live specimen, so to speak. Live specimens coming up. We found 3 patients for you. Luta, a shopkeeper, Finch, a dyer, and... Oh, hold on. Yeah, actually, wait. Okay, wait a minute. Let me take a look around first, see if the theater's any good at playing the hospital for our play. You.
Yargachin. Still self-taught.
Mendi Emshem. Turning the theater into a hospital. I don't think you could have chosen a better place. Or a worse one. I used to come see plays here. I've even participated in a few myself. Oh, really? Who did you play? You'll laugh. I was a doctor. That is funny. How does it go again? All the world's a stage and all the men and women merely patients? I don't understand. Are you quoting something? Never mind. Let's get down to business. You're here, which means you're ready to help. I am. And not just to help, Emshen. I want to make a panacea. A medicine that will cure the sand plague. I believe it's possible. Really? Well, if you're so bold, then we need tissue samples from the infected. The more, the better. No need to talk to me like a child. This isn't just wishful thinking. An infected are not something we're going to be short of, Emshen. You don't understand, Barak. We need special patients. To see how the body reacts to the plague. We need people that are sick with something else, too. Do you have any idea where we can find them? I think I know what you're getting at. You're interested in the termitary, aren't you? The elder old Gimsky became suspiciously nervous yesterday when the termitary was mentioned. I heard it's been sealed off to protect the people inside from the sand plague. Come on, Barak, you have a good nose, don't you? What does that excuse smell like? Lies. They sealed a swarm of people inside a cramped, filthy pigsty. I expect the termitary's a perfect petri dish right now. And you need a sample from that dish. If there's an outbreak in the Olgimsky's plant, I need an intercurrent patient from inside who I can compare to those infected in town. Find me one, Barak. You're a local. You must know a way to get inside. All right, physician, it's a deal. You'll have your patient, but I have a request of my own. Yeah, I'm listening. It's only a small favor. I might be in the termitary for some time, and there are children in town I'm responsible for. They need to be looked after. While I'm away, I ask you to be their... What's the word your people use? Their guardian? Fine. Whatever, babysitting it is then. Thanks, physician. Then it's a deal. By the way, before I forget, I have this trinket here. It belonged to my father, but I suspect you might need it more than I do. I can't believe it. I just agreed to look after a bunch of children. What would my father say? Okay, so now I'm tasked with Children's Shepherd. Barak agreed to bring me patients from the termitary for me, and in exchange, he asked me for a small favor in return to watch over the children entrusted to him. Where, oh, they're over here? Okay, that's fine. It's getting kind of late in the day there, Barack Obama. Okay, we need some patients. Where are the patients? What? Is this something? This is a nothing. I can't do anything with that. Okay, so what is it, an actual theater stage? Hello, Yakov.
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
So, Doctor, have you had a look around? Is everything to your liking? Is it all set up properly? It'll do. You can't do better in a day anyway. We did our best. Didn't sleep all night. Please tell us if something's not right. Where are the patients I'm supposed to examine personally? Don't tell me they're up there on the stage. What a place you found for them. Where else would they be? It's for clarity, to separate them from the patients we wouldn't dare distract you with. Besides, the theater seems to dictate its own rules. Even now that it's a hospital, the moment you walk in, your eyes are drawn to the stage. That's where the most interesting things happen. There's something to it. A bachelor from the capital performing a show called Diagnostics in a provincial theater. Well then, shall we get to work? We followed your instructions, looked for those who lasted more than 5 to 8 hours with the plague. We found 2, Luta the shopkeeper and Filat, a guard from the termitary. Ooh, the termitary. Perhaps, maybe you can give us some insight as to how to get in there. And the third one, Finch, came to us on his own. All right, let's start at the top. What about the shopkeeper? Relocated from an infected district. She says she feels fine, just had a fever. I'd ask, if you'd allow it, to start with her. She's been waiting the longest. It's awkward. And who's the volunteer, Finch? Just an ordinary worker, already written himself off. When he came to turn himself in at the hospital, he asked for something for his head. Said it was aching. And Filat, you say? Guards that very dormitory for the Bull Enterprise workers that Big Vlad quarantined? That's right. Must have caught it there while he was on watch. You don't get much in the way of complaints from Filat. Probably best to leave his case for last, if it's not too bold of me to be giving advice to a luminary like you. Very well, let's begin. Who'd you ask me to start with? Luta? All right, have it your way. If you correctly diagnose all patients on any given day, you'll receive a vaccination decree. If you misdiagnose even one patient, you won't receive a vaccination decree, and you'll need to restart the day and correct your mistake. I have to restart it anyway? So, perfectly fine. All right, Ludacris. What do we got? Luta, you're 31, married, you're shopkeeper. You came in on the 4th day of the plague. You go into the hindquarters. You're a smoker, and you have a fever. I imagine everybody smokes in this town. All right, Luta. You're Luta? Come on, Luta. Well, Luta, I know that you started by saying that you're healthy, but you look like you have some sort of conjunctivitis. I'm healthy, just so you know. I don't have anything. Jesus Christ. Why did they bring you here then? I had a fever for no reason, that's why. But it's stopped already. But I'm better now. And I had no scratches on... Oh, sorry. Yep, sorry. You said you had a fever. Fever. Memory lapses, no. Mucous membranes, sore throat, red eyes. She definitely has red eyes. That's something photophobia, visual impairment, no. I'm putting red eyes for now. The color of the eyeball changes from the white to pinkish, varying intensity. Yes, I'm very happy to say that. You said that you had fever. You're giving me fever. Beep-ba-doop-ba-doo-doo-doo-doo. How the hell is fever not here? Heartburn, belching, upset stomach, diarrhea. Itchy skin, insect bite, skin redness, no. Severe pallor, hematomas, fever, there we go. Okay. I'm better now, and I had no scratchies. I have no scratchies. No scratchies on my skin. No yellowing, no sandpaper scratchies, no drought of the mouth. What circumstances... You said there was... no, I don't want to... What circumstances preceded this fever? Our house was cleared out after the infection came. People were sent wherever there was space. Some were lucky, and we ended up in an empty living room. Some got an attic or a cellar. Us, we were put in a boiler room. A boiler room, you say? Was it turned on? Of course. The air was so stuffy in there, I tell you, but there was a silver lining. No sickness can survive that hellfire. your sudden fever is easily explained then? You still have conjunctivitis. That I'm not letting go. But I don't know how being close to hot makes fever. That's not a thing. I'll still need to examine you. All right. Let's take a look at you. 65 beats per minute. Unless, is this your heart rate? Because you must be some sort of athlete, because 65 beats per minute is wonderful. You look, I don't know, you do have a very pale pallor to you. Do we have eczema, ichthyosis? No, not uneven, yellowing skin, redness, itchy skin, insect bites. No, nothing of like a very pale type situation. Enter inspection mode. Very pale skin, really slow, not much in the sun. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that's not even one of the symptoms that we have. So let's move to the back. No, doesn't appear to be anything too bad. Ooh, your arms have something going on with them. Yeah, let's, ooh. No! God! Escape does not get, no, talk to me. No. Are you doing it? No, absolutely not. Okay, I may have missed something. I may have missed something, aka literally the entirety of your examination. Let's go back. Okay, you have some bruises going on. Hematoma. Maybe she bumped into something. Maybe it's a symptom. I should ask where the bruise came from. Before we can do that, I am going to put bruising. Vision. Don't care. Hearing impairment. Lip lesions. Respiratory system. Skin. Eczema. Ichthyosis. Rash. Skin redness. Yellow skin. Insect bites. Ulcers. What the hell? What? Severe pallor. Oh, severe pallor? Poor circulation through the vessels, for example. Okay, I'm going to say severe pallor for now. Burning sensation in the heart, rapid pulse. No, it's fine. Weakness, vein damage. No, slow pulse. No, eczema. No, I want to know about bruising. It wouldn't be pulmonology. I mean, it would be dermatology, maybe. Sports medicine? Sore throat, redness around the nose, hearing impairment, darkened capillaries, irregular photophobia. There is no bruising. Sore throat, joint. Yeah, I don't see any bruising. Weakness, vein damage. Vein damage? No. Hematoma. Oh, hematomas. Yeah, hematomas. Why didn't I frickin'... Jesus Christmas. Okay. Let's go back. Yeah, hematoma. There you go. And we'll ask about it in a second. Nothing of particular interest there. Let's take a look at your legs. Yeah, there's nothing of value here. Why are your toes? Do you have hand-foot disease? Okay. You don't have much going on for you, but I do see... Yeah, and then go back to chest just to see. Yeah, that's normal. Yeah, that's normal. Okay, exit. What's up? That is definitely conjunctivitis of some sort. Absolutely not. An examination with no questions asked can only happen in a morgue. I told you everything the last time, but if you say so, you're the doctor. Yes. Jeez, why are you so mean? Allow me to call my assistant in. I'll use your example to show him how to proceed during an appointment.
Is this it? Yersinia pestis?
You called, doctor? I'm here. I'm ready to heed. So, Little, we have a patient here. She's claiming to be in good health, despite having a fever a few days ago. Do we take her word for it? Well, if she's had a fever, there must be a reason for it. We have to find it. Remember this, a patient's self-evaluation may be incorrect. That's why you must ask specific questions about the symptoms, about what's come up during the exam, and about the patient's circumstances in daily life. Questions. But how do you connect the answer to a diagnosis? I'll demonstrate. Observe and learn, Little. I won't be around forever. The patient is running a temperature, in other words, a fever. Open my ledger, look up fever, and tell me. How many conditions is it listed as a symptom of? I don't know. Guess I'll look. Too many. Not doing it. Okay. Why not? Influenza, burning fever, consumption, measles, tularemia. Oh my god. Tularemia. I can't even read the one after that. An absolute tongue twister. Jeez, there's so many of them. 8 diagnoses to fit the bill. It's a frequent symptom, which means that you have to find others and narrow down the search. Then do it again and again until you're left with just one verdict. This little is what's known as a differential diagnosis. The name is self-explanatory. We differentiate between similar things to find the only correct solution to our problem. I can't wait to give the method a try. Let's get down to it then. You look pale, ma'am. Has your skin like this been since birth, or is this pallor recent? It's not like I look into the mirror a lot, living in a boiler room and all, but I don't think I've ever been pale. Rich do-nothings are pale. Me, I'm a commoner. Okay, so we're keeping the pallor. I guess fever would be part of circulatory system. I mean, meh. So pallor isn't typical for you. We're marking that as a symptom. Little, add pallor to the fever in the record. What we get? A mere 2 conditions. Down from 8. It's like magic. A single symptom, pallor, eliminated 6 out of our 8 candidates. We're left with a choice of just 2. Where did this hematoma come from, my good lady? I mean, the bruise over here next to your wrist. Did you bump into something? Or is there someone who batters you? Don't worry, there's nothing to be embarrassed when you're seeing a doctor. I'm not embarrassed. A bruise? Well, that's news to me. I've never seen it before. And I can't remember anything like what you're talking about. I certainly wasn't beaten up. I must have bumped into something myself and forgotten about it with all the fuss. The boiler room is dark and cramped. That's probably where the bruise came from. Dr. Dankovsky, I'm seeing this hematoma, this fancy bruise on your list. Are you with us, Little? Pay attention. She doesn't remember how she got it, the bruise. She can only guess. The manual provides more detailed description of the illness for a situation like this, what causes it, who's susceptible, etc. It can give us useful clues. What about it? Subcutaneous hemorrhages due to vessel damage. Externally appears bluish blurred spots, can either be exogenous or endogenous in nature. How does that... Yeah, that's a bruise. It tells me nothing. Okay. Okay, well, got it. When in doubt, read about the condition in detail. Practicing medicine takes more than checking symptoms against a list with a schoolboy's diligence. You have to bring your reasoning into it. Here's one way to do it. Tell me, my good lady, do you garden? Do you grow anything? Anything at all, from roses to cucumbers? Cucumbers? Roses? I'm not following you at all now, Doctor. No, I've never liked digging and shoveling earth and all that. There. Earth. Does the boiler room you've been relocated to have an earthen floor by any chance? That's right, it does have an earthen floor. The boiler room isn't really suited for living in, but in these times I'd be ungrateful to complain. How did you guess, Doctor, about the earthen floor? There's something about earth in the okay, yeah, you got me. What the heck are we talking about earth for? Right. We have anemic vascular pathology. Excuse me. Sorry. Had to sneeze. I apologize. All right. You know what? They're just going to tell me the answer. As much as I would like to figure out beforehand, might as well just, you know. Yes, I'm just going to flat ask. So why do we need that little detail? Why does the floor matter, of all things? It's simple. All kinds of things can be found in your local soils, including microorganisms capable of disrupting circulation, hence the pallor. The bruises were not caused by trauma. A hematoma appears when blood vessel walls are damaged, either by an external force or, as in this case, an illness, and the infection can be contracted from contact with earth. We found our diagnosis. Okay. Hold on. I think I need to take away... Okay. So what you're telling me is that, okay, I'll find your local soils, including what? Pallor. Is it the pallor that you wanted to talk about? Circulation of the blood, for example, due to their constriction for anemia, reduction of hemoglobin, red blood cells in the blood. What is, why, what, where does the earth come in? Hold on. Select the symptoms. What? She definitely has red eyes, though. Where does the thing about the note? What? What is it about the earth? What are you talking about? What? Okay, hold on. Wait. All kinds of things can be found in your local soils, including microorganisms capable of disrupting circulation. Fine. Of that, I can accept. Hence, the pallor. So we remove the pallor. The bruises were not caused by trauma. A hematoma appears when blood vessel walls are damaged, either by an external force or, as in this case, an illness, and the infection can be contracted from the contact with earth. We found our diagnosis. Why though? How did you know that? Okay. All right, this will probably require some reflection. You're a genius, Dr. Dankovsky. Okay, so I probably have to do it. So you're saying to take off the severe pallor, but even if I do, I still have, they didn't mention the eyes, so I'll take that off and take off the severe pallor. So what we have is fever and hematomas, which still leads, so despite the fact that there was severe pallor and red eyes, chances are likely it's anemic vasculopathy. Does this tell me does this... Okay, I'm putting the red eyes back because that is, I mean, if that's not red eyes, I don't know what conjunctivitis is. But what are you telling me about sleeping on the dirt? What do you mean sleeping on the dirt? Why did sleeping on the dirt seem to discount pallor, but also allow for bruising? What are you talking about? Where does it say that? Am I in my legumes? My nuts? Okay, I'm gonna go back. If I goof this, then I goof this, but I'm really not seeing what you're talking about. Oh. But have you picked up on the logic, what to do and in what order? Interview, examination, follow-up interview. Then you consult the casebook. Bravo to you, anyway. You're the true master of medicine. So the patient has the sand pest alongside... What's the other diagnosis? I am going to guess anemic vasculopathy. The symptoms are fever, pallor, and bruise. We're not talking about the red eye. Fever, pallor, and bruise. So it was still fever, pallor, and bruise. So it's anemic vasculopathy. I've talked you through it all. You can finish it for yourself. The symptoms are fever, pallor, and a bruise. Put them together and you'll get your result. What about me, doctor? Where am I to go now? What happened? You know what? I'm just going to lock this in now. Go. You'll be notified. Yeah, go for it. I diagnose you with anemic vasculopathy. You'll remain here under observation. Your blood will be used for vaccine. There's hope that everyone can benefit from this. Okay. So, hold on. So it was the symptoms that were listed. I saw that there was definitely conjunctivitis, but it didn't acknowledge that there was conjunctivitis. I guess I just have to go on what they tell me rather than I observe, so to speak. I don't know what that thing is with the dirt, though. I think I know what they're trying to tell me, but I don't really see it executed very well, so I don't know. I think I'm ruminating too much on this. So what do we got? Routine. Where am I? I'll find out very soon. The reports will be delivered to the Stillwater this evening. First patient in the hospital. Luta, relocated from an infected district. She's been waiting the longest. My success started with her. After the examination, I question the patient. Yes. Time to make a diagnosis. Yes. Diagnosis determined. Okay. All right, loot is done, and now we move on to the second one. Where's the second one? You. Finch. Are you gonna burn me? Where did you get that idea? It's not exactly a secret. The whole thing is like putting out a wildfire. If someone's house is under suspicion, it's torched. If someone sneezes, the entire town's district is sealed off. Sick and healthy folks are alike. Sick and healthy folks alike. Then, those who do have the sand pest are marched off and get burned. That's not true. We do nothing of the sort. Like heck you don't. Nothing of the sort. Sheesh. You ought to peek outside your study more often, Professor. I'm just a bachelor. Don't overpraise me. Mr. Tiny here told me that I could be useful to you. Before I die, that is. Said that you could find something inside me that slows down the pest down. So go ahead, find it. What do you need? Do you want to draw some blood for me? All right, then. Where did they bring you in from? I walked here. From home. Caught it from my neighbors. Knew as soon as the skin on my chest started peeling away. Skin on your chest started peeling. Drinks in moderation? Fine. Your fourth day of the plague, your name is Finch. 42, single, dyer, fourth day of the plague, and you're a tanner. I don't know. I mean, am I led to believe that, you know, tanning does involve a lot of incredibly caustic chemicals? So, is it that, am I to believe that maybe eczema? Skin inflammation with the characteristic of redness, lesions can emerge in clusters, blurred boundaries between individual spots. Peeling may be observed. Yes. Let's do eczema first. So I waited a day. The neighbors' screams stopped in the middle of the night. I went to check on them in the morning, and they were all dead. Me, though, I was alive and walking. And now I'm here. Why do you want to know? Why do you need to know that, Doctor? Okay. It might come in useful. What's your vocation? I'm a dyer. Been breathing in poisons for 5 years now. One day it's red, the next it's blue, then yellow. Could this be why your fever of yours doesn't do me anything? You know what? Let's... Yeah, take off your clothes. Let's take a look at you. Wow, that is some... That is definitely some, tachycardia. Manitoba fever, burning sensation, rapid pulse. There we go. A pulse in a range of 60 to 80 beats per minute is considered normal. In this case, it's higher. Yes, you have tachycardia. And then the peeling of skin he mentioned, unlikely to be stone disease, most likely eczema. I did already do eczema. Thank you. All right, let's take a look at your back. Nothing of any particular interest, it seems. Your arms, let's take a look at you. You do have some prominent veins, but nothing, I think that's just regular good old workings. What about your hands? Hands look fine. Veins are okay. This is all normal veins looking like. It's not like spider veins where they're like a bright blue but also incredibly tiny. There are people that do have some... When I was a phlebotomist, these were the arms that you would dream of. What do you got for legs? What about your stems? Nothing of interest here. What about behind? Oh, there is some discoloration. The skin is yellowed, just an old chemical burn scar. Okay, well, then I will discount it. Okay, exit. Okay. Let's do an after examination. Have you sorted it out, Doctor? Will I be useful in your remedies? My vaccine. It's a vaccine I'm working on, and please allow me a couple of clarifying questions so I can be certain of your diagnosis. It's the plague, of course. The sand pest thing, innit? The plague, yes, but another condition that's prolonging your life. You said it yourself. Your neighbors didn't survive the night, but you're still holding up admirably. Well, blow me down. 2 ailments making me healthier than if I had only one. But you know best, Doctor. What did you want? To question me, right? Question all you want. Yes, you complained that the skin on your chest was peeling. It was here, right? On the very middle. I knew right away. Skin turns nasty when you're plagued, right? Eczema, that much is obvious. This symptoms can indicate one of two diseases. Now to tell them apart. Well, what do I have now? So far, it looks like... What do I have? Rapid pulse and eczema are really the only two things that I have. So you just have a burning fever. Now let's see if we can fit the crime. Give me your hand, please. I'd like to take your pulse. I believe I noticed your heart behaving erratically. It's too fast! Began running fast not too long ago, Doctor. Can hear it myself, thrashing like it's caught on a snare. Too fast indeed. So it now, is all clear? Your pulse and the eczema together give me a clear picture, yes. Finally! I was afraid I just kicked the bucket without helping any science. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, that's all that I got for you. Burning fever. Go for it. We'll find out later if I am the worst doctor in the world. Yep, I can pinpoint the diagnosis now. These two symptoms make it certain. Oh, this day is getting very long. Now I need the termitary guard. Okay. Where's the guard? You're all the way... No, that's the blah. Where's the freaking... I would love to loot you. I would love to hit the thing. Where's the guard? Where's... Oh, the guard is right here. Hello. That's the story of my life and times to the present moment, but why do you want all these details from me? A half an hour's worth of talking, and it was all beside the point. I thought you'd be interested to know why the sand pest can't get me, because I certainly find that fact interesting. I'd even say amazing. We started this conversation like this. I mean, I'm interested too. Your blood may save about 400 people by tomorrow morning, but only if I can correctly identify your other illness. You sure you're not overstating my importance, Doc? Let's see. No, let's do that. All right, let me ask you this then. What time of day do you feel worse than usual? All the time. I used to be as hardy as a bull wrangler, but now I have trouble even standing up for long. I get drowsy. My knees give out. It's embarrassing. I feel like I'm failing everyone. You're not failing anybody. Being sick is a normal part of life, and just because there are things that you're responsible for that you can't get to immediately doesn't mean that the most important thing that you can do is take care of yourself first. Please remember that, literally anybody who's listening. Invest in yourself first, and doing so is not a sign of weakness. In fact, it's a sign of strength, realizing that you need to recharge in order to be more of yourself. And when you have more of yourself, you have more to give others. That's what it's about. Have you been easily fatigued like this for a long time? I don't take great interest in my own person, Doc. Got enough people to spend my attention to on as it is. But I have trouble doing my job because of this. It's a rugged man's job. Right. Well, Gimsky corked the termitary shut, and you've been guarding it for, is it 6 days? Since Tuesday? This is the third time you're asking me. May I ask why you distrust me so? So it's 3,000 workers, but the authorities fear that made them lock up so many people inside. Okay. You said the termitary had been shut down in order to shield its residents from infection. Does that mean they knew there would be an epidemic? No. Okay. The termitary is a town within a town, almost 3,000 workers. What did the authorities fear that made them lock up so many people inside? Who knows? At first they said there'd been a blowout of some kind. Sweet soot. It settled on the walls later. Looked like mold. Well, the kin was worried. They're like bees in how they respond to things. As soon as one makes a noise, the rest are unquiet as well. There was a mighty buzz in the hive, perhaps on account of the poisonous soot. Conditions are tough at the cannery, you know. Well, what's going on there now? They're shouting. Lots of clamor, and a nasty kind of clamor, too. It's what you'd expect. They're not having a great time stuck in there like pickles in a jar. No regular meals, not enough to drink to go around either. The place is, after all, a poorhouse. Our fat man treats his people like cattle. Getting through it the day is a struggle. Small wonder why they're slamming into walls. If it was up to me... The Elgimskis call them worms, don't they? The venerable Vlad described your primordial kin to me as being essentially beasts. You can't lock up a living creature against its will. It's how you turn people into proper beasts. But try so much as hinting at what our Elgimskis, that to our Elgimski yes-men. They're dead drunk on power. Used to be all right working with them, but now I can't stand those guardsmen. You know what? Let's go. This down to your undergarments, my good guardsman. I'm going to examine you. And since you're so preoccupied with my work as a security guard, here's my advice to you, Doctor. You're being too heavy-handed. This lockdown of yours is making people seethe, and a cauldron can only seethe for so long before the lid flies off, even if you screw it down. Well... Well, we're in the middle of an epidemic. Quarantine is a necessary measure. Heart rate's fine. Skin is pretty good. How old are you? You're 47? You have a body of a young man. Good for you. You say that it's been failing you? Absolutely. I do not believe you. Maybe if lying is a diagnosis. What do we got? Strange redness, rash bites, something else. There's altered red spots on his face, too. All right, well, let's put it all down. So what do we got? Rash, bites, and then some sort of red spots. So let's go for skin, rash, skin redness, bites, maybe. But I don't know why bites are a thing. I mean, bites are not a disease. Insect bites is the one thing that's throwing everything off. Well, I mean, it's not that it's throwing everything off, but it's definitely, you know... I need more. I need more information! Okay. Now let's take a look at your arms. It's fine, I believe. Yeah, you look fine here. Reverse of your arms. Red palms, but no, nothing of the sort. Stick out your legs. The veins are definitely damaged. The question is, how long ago? Well, putting it in the book. Circulatory system. Vein damage. Yep. Alright. Turn to the other side. Definitely more vein damage. Alright, let's follow up on some of the issues. What do we got? Let me go, will you, Doctor? I don't understand all this commotion about me. What makes me so special? Besides, I've got work to do. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to forget about your work for now. You must remain in the hospital. I used to guard locked up people, and now I've been locked up myself. That's life for you, isn't it? That's the kind of joke life plays. Okay. Okay, it's not the same. Frankly, I don't see the point of the termitary lockdown. It's desperation from the Elgimskis. Meanwhile, here you can serve the common good. Through medicine. Oh, I was just amusing myself. What do you want me to do? Do I need to give blood or maybe take a pill? The weakness you reported accompanies too many different ailments. Well, I mean, you do say lethargy, so let's pop that in there. Headache, bulimia, memory lapses, bulimia, hallucination, loss of coordination, memory losses, darkened eyes, nope, visual impairment, no, joy, lip lesions, chest pain, cyanosis, difficulty breathing, severe pallor, hematosis, fever, weakness. Weakness? What was I saying? The weakness you reported accompanies too many different ailments. I must have clarity on the rest of your symptoms. I've told you my entire life story, Doctor, and you still want more? Ask away, then. Can you recollect having any other ailments besides what you already mentioned? Just the fatigue? I don't have time for ailments, do I, doctor? Between one whole day of work and the next, I'm lucky if I get enough sleep and have time to throw a lunch together. And on top of that, lately you've what? Nothing, doctor. I'm losing my train of thought here. Not used to chattering away for a whole hour, like you and I have been doing. I urge you not to be reticent. Tell me all of it. Any out-of-the-ordinary detail about your life, however trivial, may it turn out to be important. You really like to dig in, don't you? Like a tick. I don't have any of the out-of-the-ordinary details for you. They're all in the ordinary. How long have you had those red spots on your skin? Never had clear skin, me. It's not clear skin life over here. Although, let me think. Actually, yeah, those spots you're pointing out are brand new. But you hadn't noticed them yourself? Well, alright, so reddening I'm keeping. Well, I suppose that's asking far too much for a worn-out working commoner. No. So I'm keeping reddening as a symptom record. This narrows down to 4 possible diagnoses. Alright, so we're keeping reddening. And you know what? Yeah, I am going to get rid of insect bites. You can go away. Rash. Fine, I'll go away. If I throw in rash... Okay. But yellowing of the skin? Skin redness? If I put in rash, could be bradycardia, which definitely not the case. Yeah, bradycardia. Infection caused by bacteria when they wash fruits and like it's about the heart, bradycardia. Wait, bradycardia is the slowness of the pulse. Is that not one of the options? It manifests as blackened veins. No, it doesn't. Shut up. Hearing slow pulse. There you go. This is what bradycardia is. Slow pulse. It's not the rest of this crap. It's just this. A rash? No. What the hell are you talking about? Okay. Alright. I'm taking away rash. Okay. Let's see. The veins on your legs don't look very healthy. Have you ever noticed that before? My legs? They're that way from all the time. I spend standing up. It's my job as a security guard. 16 hours of standing every day. And old Gimsky won't spare a stool for us to sit down. Since it's not the proper way. Bad for discipline. Okay. Well, yeah, it's imperative to ascertain what's like. You're quite lost in thought, Doctor. Am I really that complicated? Can't wrap my head around the little old me being at the center of this brouhaha. There's a symptom that fits the description, but it mostly affects drunks. So I'd like to ask you, good sir, do you consume alcohol? Do you do it on a regular basis? And in what quantities? A quantity best described as God forbid in my line of work. You must be alert, so my basis hasn't been regular since last year. Quite the contrast. I've been abstaining. Can't stand a drinker myself. Huh. Okay. Infection, microorganisms, destroy sprouts, and patients experience muscle weakness. Okay, so great. So it's not Twirine syndrome. Because essentially that's just if you drink a bunch of Twirine. Sprouts and patients blah blah hallucinations. In more severe cases of intoxication, Twirine seizures occur. Okay, great. Alcoholics and sevens of the steps. So new. So let's get rid of vein damage, I suppose. Lymphotinitis. If I put rash back in. Nephora, disease caused by a group of viruses varying. There's cumulative fever, rapid heartbeat, nausea or vomiting, accompanied by headache and photophobia. After 3 days, the rash appears in the skin, facial flushing. Okay, becomes evident. Right, okay, I feel very confident about this. I was in rural residents. In rural residents? Yeah, yeah, okay. Okay. Nephropathia. I'm feeling about that one. Jesus. Are you being honest with me? This is a crucial question, not one to evade. I'm telling you, it's not regular. I don't have the habit, period. Fine. Wait here, I'll be back soon. Okay, so I must conduct... Okay, that's fine, I suppose. Okay. So, woof. Alright. We're gonna see this day out as much as we possibly can. I'm going to finish this guy's diagnosis. I examine the patient's... No, I don't want that yet. I need to find Filot's home. Yes, so I'm going to go to Filot's home. Hopefully I have enough time. I believe the day fully ends at 2 a.m. So, I'm gonna go real quick and examine your house. Hello. Where's your home? Right in front. Okay, great. God damn plague tornado! Okay. It's right through this area here, and it's that house with the light right there. Excuse me, sorry. Goodbye. Okay, open up. Okay, I need to see... Locked, okay. Alright, locked. Open. Loot? What? Loot? There's nothing in you. Alright, open. Hello? Oh, the mirror's already broken. How selfish of you. Alright, what do you got? Filot's neighbor. I just mopped that floor, and now you're walking all over it. It took forever to scrub clean, you know. Apologies. I'm not very good at walking in a handstand. My legs have... look at that devastation. Impressive. How did that even happen? Stop with the clowning, will you? Never. First, he's turning the bathroom upside down, but it's our only one in the house of these apartments. People don't wash their kids here. Can't take their own baths on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They keep it clean. And now there's you with your remarks. Bet you're a pal of Filot's, aren't you? Filot is in the hospital now. He's undergoing observation. I'm here to find out how he got sick. So, Filot's in the hospital. Perhaps that's for the best. Person getting sick is for the best? Hey, don't look away. You said it. You said it, not I. Don't you shame me. I've helped him out his whole life with cooking and cleaning and whatnot. He was a loner with no one to take care of him. And it wasn't too much trouble for me. We were neighbors, after all. He and my husband have always been friends since they were kids. So you know each other well? We drifted apart a little as time went on, but he used to always thank me. Then, one day, it was like, bam, he forgot everything. Never said a word anymore, scurried past me to his apartment, eyes down, no hello, no goodbye. But he sure showed his bathroom, his boss. What? So this sort of frenzied rage isn't typical of Filot? He never trashed anything before and was well behaved? What kind of person this is typical of is an easy guess. You often get this way with drunks. One moment he sits there quietly, and then he's delirious all of a sudden, with such a ruckus and mess. At least he didn't punch anyone out. Okay. I'm going to err on the side of caution and say that you're a drunk. So we're going to put Rash away. No, it was, what was it? Oh, it was vein damage. Put Rash away. Keep Twirene sickness there. Bradycardia, that's not, I still can't get over that. Okay. I've interviewed Filot. He said he stayed away from alcohol. He didn't drink before, but go ahead and take a look out that window. The town's falling to pieces. It's enough to make a saint start drinking. It's like people have gone crazy. Some grab the bottle, some grab the knife. It's hard to stay human. Everyone's inner beast is looking to break out. So you know for certain that Filot trashed the place in a drunken haze? Or is that just what you're assuming? Well, what do you think happened? He didn't just trash the shared bathroom. He was sick all over it. The whole place was a mess. I thought I'd never get it clean. Do you know what it's like to mop up somebody else's vomit? Why would a smart dresser like you know that, then? Okay. So, we'll keep the vein damage. Do we have vomiting? Nausea and vomiting. That still kind of points us in the way of Twirene syndrome. If I remove the vein damage, we go to a couple more diagnoses here, still including Twirene syndrome. Let's take a look. What nephropathy? A disease caused by a group of viruses. After 3 days, a rash appears on the skin and facial flushing. The facial flushing is something that has been pointed out that can't go away. Do they mention facial flushing here? Muscle sweep, depressed mental state, migraines and dizziness, unconscious gastrointestinal systems, hallucinations, allergic reactions to the skin reddening, yellow, Twirene, coma, and death, alcoholics, and people who are close to this step. We go to tularemia. Infectious disease transmitted through food contact with rodents and insect bites. The onset of sudden fever, weakness, nausea, vomiting, and headache. Hallucinations are observed in some patients. Ulcers and redness appear on the skin. Can also affect the eyes. Moderate mortality risk if left untreated. Immunity is permanent for recovered individuals, not contagious from person to person. Okay, so I want to go. So I need to find out for sure. So nobody can say with confidence that. So he's a suspected alcoholic. That's what you put there. He's got weakness and skin redness. That's what I know for sure. Weakness and skin redness. Nausea and vomiting, weakness and skin redness. Did I put... With vein damage, it would put us directly in the line for Twirene syndrome. Okay, let's continue on with the interview. Philat vomited. That's what matters. It's a symptom that hasn't been there before. Have you figured out everything you needed? I'd like to finish with the cleaning here. The kids are from downstairs will be here soon to wash their hands before eating. They better be off so they don't see this mess. Just a minute. Is there anything else you can tell me about Philat? Did you happen to know any illness that he's had in the past? Chronic or acute? Whatever you can remember. No, that man was never sick. Strong and tough as a cart horse. I mean, I could easily imagine him pulling an actual cart. That's why they hired him to guard the old Gimsky meat cannery back in the day. You two talked more often at that time, right? If you ask me, Philat may be built for the job, but it's not a job for him. The Termitary needs security to make sure the step brutes aren't beaten about town. But he was getting sentimental about them. That's why he and I fell out. We argued about whether worms and herb brides were our equals. Some security guard. Oh, Philat. How dare you? Brutes consider that someone from the... Okay. Okay. Nope. I'm making a call here. This lady is very harsh in her views, and apparently Philat does have sentimentality, so if there is an earnestness to it, I am leaning on believing him. So instead of Twirene syndrome, I do want to say that we're looking at nephropathia epidemica. With a conscience, yes. Well, he argued with me too. Well... Okay. He argued with me too about whether it's right to keep people locked. No. Brutes, you say. But have you considered that someone from the capital might see everybody in a town like this as one brute, no matter if it's you or a worm? What a thing to say! Stop trying to confuse me. I don't have time to pick your philosophizing apart. Anyway, I got a bathroom to finish cleaning. Philat got into philosophizing too, and now it both destroyed our friendship and made him an alcoholic. There's no good in that. Okay, can we go back to his drinking once more? Your delirium hypothesis is logical, but it's still only conjecture. In fact, his denial of drinking habit sounded very sincere to me. Who wants to confess to something shameful like that? The thing is, lifelong sots are proud of it, and it's the new-made ones who are ashamed. I hope he's ashamed. It's everyone's darn guess if he is. It's like he's become a completely different man. For all I know, he's lost all sense of himself at this point. Gone completely off his rocker. Okay, off his rocker? That's something new again. Are you just talking about the bathroom incident, or is there any other evidence that he's off his rocker? He has his episodes, you know. Before he trashed the bathroom, I'd hear his muttering coming from the door behind his door every night. And he lives alone, no family. No one visits him. When my husband and I used to be his only friends. He started talking to himself, and that's a sure sign. I don't know if that's a symptom. I'm still leaning against it. So hallucinations we're talking about? Ugh, alright, I'll put it down. Does it... We still have... So it could be Twirene symptom, or now it's tularemia. Onset of sudden with fever, weakness, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, hallucinations are observed in some patients. Okay, moderate risk of individuals, not contagious from person to person. So that's it, but if I remove... Still, so it's all the same symptoms. It's literally the same symptoms. Except this one has vein damage. And if we're saying that he doesn't have vein damage, then it's tularemia. Which, you know what? I'm fine with. I mean, 4 symptoms is better than the 3 that I had previous. But again, it's coming from her, and she sucks. So, what are you gonna do? Why didn't you say that right away? You seem like a smart woman, but even you make getting this information feel like pulling teeth. This changes the picture completely. And you? Why didn't you take your shoes off right away when you walked in? Because you didn't think of it. Neither did I with the muttering. Have I told you everything now? I have my limits too, you know. Mopping floors is hard enough, but bad-mouthing a former friend is harder. I'm sorry for the poor dummy. Where's Filat's room? I'd like to take a look before I go, after all. It's further down the hallway. Here's the key. I've got work to do. Been breaking my back for half a day here, and whose fault is that? A fool, who's also a drunk now. Poor soul. Now I must remember to put hallucinations and vomiting on his record, according to a neighbor. But if we look at the vein issues again, in case Filat was wrong, then there's only one diagnosis left, but I can still check his room. No, I need to check it out. I got the key to his room. Where's your room? Is it this one? Is it here? Nope, that's locked. Open. Okay. I'm looking for booze, bud. You're taking some sort of pills. No, I don't give a crap about what that's happening in the world. What do we got? What the hell are you eating, bud? Ugh. Okay. What a mess. This food has gone bad. And who would eat something like this? Leaving food under the door for the neighbor who dislikes him, a down-and-out alcoholic. I'm gonna say that a pauper barely making ends meet, really. Filat is a guard at the termitory. I mean, Filat can't have much of a salary if he doesn't have enough food. Okay. Let's say Filat is destitute. I feel sorry for him on a human level. Alright, what do we got? So, what do we have here? First, I need to fill... Yes, that's fine. Filat's neighbor thinks he's an alcoholic and talks to himself. Maybe he's hallucinating? Neighbor's testimony at the trash bathroom should be enough to make a diagnosis, or should I expect Filat's apartment as well? The house inspection cleared up a few things. Now I must figure out why my findings relate to the patient's symptom. So, the vomiting... Yeah. I'm sorry, who the heck is this? Symptoms like this. I'm judging when it was like last month. I feel sick and approaching. No, I can't. I can't wait to wash my hands. Was there somebody that... Oh, hello! Saint Banyardem. Well, this is news. The neighbor told me Filat lived alone. By Shiaya Garga bin you're angry. Shiyundi Rebshi? I have no idea what you're saying. Hello, Erdem, I said. Why have you come? Alright, well, Erdem is what you call scientists, right? I have got nowhere to go. By don't kick me out, Erdem. Are you Filat's son? You don't look much like him. Not going back to the Warren. Oh, you must be from the Termitary. You're just who I need. You people call it the Termitary. I'd hamni Hyrene. You smell like danger. Bolish. Bialish. Go your own way. You can go your own way. Lots of song references today. Wonder if there's something in that. Will you tell me what's in there, then, in detail, please? People are there, Katangji. What else do you want? We live there. You're hiding your eyes, lad. I don't think you're telling me the whole truth. Look, it's better if you don't joke around with me. I'll tell you, just let me go. There's a crawl hole out of the Warren. Archive Filat watches it. Help me go around the angry guards. Ternaemi Arbarba. Okay. Struck, or did you break your code laws? Akai Filat seems like a savvy fellow himself. How much did he charge you for his help? Medin Ogui Hara Uguib. So Filat took you in. That hallucination of his was you? It was you he was talking tonight, not the voices in his head? Akai Filat took in, hid, sheltered, so no one sees. No one returns me to the Warren. Be kodo doho baireye kuregib. Talk quietly. Zilge nogo horn yaza sheshin, and no one hears. Okay. Well, first off, no hallucinations. So no hallucinations, and the nausea and vomiting could be caused by... Okay. So, if we throw back on the vein damage, I'm not doing Twirene. I do genuinely believe that Filat is not an alcoholic. Plus, I didn't see any signs of alcohol stored in the room. Weakness and skin redness. What was I going to say it was again? Oh yes, this one. I didn't see a rash. Or did I? Oh my god, rash, fever, rapid pulse, nausea and vomiting, chest pain, heartburn. Was this the one? After 3 days, a rash appears on the skin and facial flushing. Did I get rid of skin reddening? Skin redness. No, it's right there. What was it? The veins? Vein damage? What was the one? So this was it. Hydrophobia, no. No. Bulimia, no. Photophobia, no. Visual impairment, no. Heartburn, geophagia, rash, chest pain, nausea and vomiting, rapid pulse. Was it rash if I threw that back on? Threw that on. Yes, it was okay. I'm still going with that one. Okay, okay, your neighbor heard it anyway, but don't worry. She thought Filat was out of his mind. If you keep quiet, she won't notice you. Where is Akai Filat? You in Bolobo. How is he? Finally, some sensible talk. He's in the hospital. He's ill. I'm a doctor. I need to find out what he's ill with. Will you help me? I will. Nam da teklel gib yiritaib. Akai Filat sickens. I saw it. He sickens. There's something rotten on the table. Did you eat it? Is this what made Filat vomit? Hungry. We needed. Minghe diai. Ihi. Akai Filat's not rich. Buos Vlad pays the guards so little, Karu. Was enough for one, not enough with me. Hard to feed two. Akai Filat walked, looked for cheap food. They cheated, sold rottens. Okay, so nausea and vomiting definitely stays off. That's due to eating spoiled food. I can understand the difficulty of your situation. Noble deeds come with a cost. So did Filat eat that rotten stuff, or did he not? Did he get sick from food poisoning? This is scarier, Dem. Be a Gayab. Never thought to eat the rot. Even Akai Filat forbade. Then his hunger came, crazy like Lexington, grabbed everything, gobbled everything. I took away, hid, told him bad, rotten, will hurt. He didn't listen, like possessed by some hungry beast. Sudden hunger? Well, he hasn't eaten anything. And you've never noticed such indiscriminating behavior before? A change in feeding pattern is certainly telling. Never saw a man or wolf bad food like that. Enezegtai. Does Filat... I still don't know. What are you saying bulimia is? Mental disorder manifesting two opposing tendencies. Overeating and the urge to lose weight. For instance, through vomiting or excessive physical... I don't know, man. If you're that hungry, what do we... Fine. I'm putting it for now. But I really don't want this to be because I just want to confirm my own diagnosis. Does Filat drink vodka, wine, those step urban fusions of yours? At first glance, I didn't sing a single bottle. Not a drop. Strict on himself. Doesn't allow me neither. Kadin shegni katu. Okay. So Filat wasn't lying. His main problems was indeed from standing up at work and not from drinking. So let's knock out... Do I have veins? No. Okay. After all, perhaps she wanted to be mistaken. Now, despite the reasons don't really matter, though. What matters is he wasn't drinking. Yep. How else can I help? Save a kai Filat dem. Be shamha asunab. I found some pills, medicine. What are these? Who's taking them? We don't use these in the steppe. Be batak beker meden guib. A Kai Filat says that therefore his head doesn't ache. And he also has headaches. I'm feeling very confident about this one. Things seem to be lining up. Those rags on the bed look like they were used in a compress to bind something or hot cold over an injury. Do you know anything about that? I do. Enehan and Nelki. A Kai Filat was hot, tossed and turned. I put cold on him, so he had a fever. You're giving me fever. But... Okay, all right. It's just lining up. There's literally no other choice. Oh, okay. So he had a fever, and he didn't mention it during the interview. This Filat's sicker than he claimed to be. These stoic patients can be... By the way, everyone, and this is an actual truth to, you know, if you are sick with something, tell the doctor literally everything. You know... Even if it's embarrassing, even if you think it's inconsequential, even if it's resolved, tell the doctor. They need to know. Because it could be something that might progress into something else. It's just, there are no wrong answers when it comes to you talking about your own feelings. And it's up to the doctor to make sure that they listen, so that's a different story. And if they don't, there's no wrong answer to finding one that will. They need to fit you like a glove and make sure that you feel that they have your best interests in mind. All right, you should not feel ashamed for switching doctor. Never let a doctor make you feel dumb. Just some advice. Okay, Filat's much sicker than he claimed to be. These stoic patients can be worse than hypochondriacs sometimes. Tereg degi, I worry for him. So, mice, headache, mice? What the hell are you saying mice for? Mice, headache, fever, hunger, and the vomiting, fatigue, and skin reddening. The veins are ruled out, but what happened in the bathroom? The neighbor says Filat. So, what is mice? What are you saying mice for? Headache. So, headache, fever, hunger. Headache, fever, hunger, and the vomiting. Headache, fever, hunger. Well, the vomiting is from eating a bunch of spoiled food. Vomiting, fatigue, and skin reddening. Vomiting, fatigue, and, yes, skin reddening. Okay. No, he doesn't drink. He'd eaten bad food, couldn't keep it down, didn't want to make a mess in here, so he went there to do it. And there, Jan, water's there for washing. Akai Filat said, water scared hydrophobia. Okay, all right, that's it. I don't, there's so much, okay. And there, yeah, water's there for washing. I guess, his dripping went crazy. A man can be scared of water, dem? Jan is life. I mean, it's either that or he's rabies. Okay. Okay, I would really like to take you to the hospital too. You know what? You saw what happened to Filad. You might catch it too. If you feel unwell, don't tough it out. Come to us at once. Okay. Okay. I'll go talk to him, Filad, one more time, but I know what it is. Well, what is it, Doctor? Is Filad doing badly? Drunk himself to death's door, hasn't he? Yeah, I believe I figured it out. Thank you for the key. You've been very helpful. The moment I heard he was talking to himself all night long, I knew right away. I've never seen my old neighbor again. Such a horrifying sign. Yes, you're very observant. Nothing gets past you, but now you can finally relax. Filad is in the hospital. I do what I can for him. I'm not selling out the kid. Especially not to that lady. She sucks. Where are we? We gotta get the heck out of here, and we have very limited time to get the heck out of here. I need... You know what? Actually, in case I don't make it, I'm not gonna die, but I'm still gonna block... Okay. I'm locking that in. Great. Diagnostic results. All today's documents are set. The results will be delivered directly to Stillwater after 6 in the evening. Well, good news! It's after 6 in the evening. Can I please just get going? Is that... No way. Oh, I don't have time for you! I promise I will come and destroy you later. In the meantime, I need to get back to... I don't know, let me go to Stillwater. Because it's actually very late in the day, and it's probably over. Okay, let me see how well I've done.
Never alone. Things everywhere.
Yes, yes. Damn. At least I locked in my choices.
He was exhausted, dead tired. Kept saying, if I fell asleep, no one would wake tomorrow. It's like he was frightened of going to sleep. Felt he had to write to rest. So what were we to expect from such a man? He who never sleeps ends up sleepwalking. An exhausted helmsman spells a ship's demise.
So, now what? He's not standing in our way anymore. We can finally act precisely like we see fit.
In our way? Who's we? I have my own approach to the sand pest. So do you. Be on your way.
What matters is that he would be on his way back to the capital of his.
You saying I died? It's very rude of you. Maybe I have. I definitely technically already shot myself in the head, so... Okay. Do I have my reports? Yes? No? Mix the medicine, analyze items. Where are my reports? Take. Diagnosis success. All diagnosis. Oh! Yeah! Heck yeah! We'll see when effective. Oh, ho, 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 ho. New decree idea. Experimental vaccine day 4. Heck yeah. Did it. Okay, examination results. Filad diagnosed. Yes, great. Filad's hallucination in the flesh. Yes, that's all fine. Okay. That's good. I am such a good not doctor. Hey, Eva. Do you want to talk? You do.
Daniil. Another day awaits you.
It's so lovely to see you this evening. All the more lovely for being uncertain. Honestly, I'm glad to see you too, Eva. People came to me all day, sent me notes. They begged me to flee the town while there was still a chance. But you refused. Why? You can't run from somewhere, only to somewhere. Otherwise you'll get lost. I have no other lighthouses but this town in the Stillwater. Oh, don't frown, it's not sad at all. My lighthouse is my Thanatica. It calls me back to the capital. But I didn't answer the call, not this time. That's why it's so lovely to see you today. I wondered if you'd leave, but I even wanted to go looking for you, to talk you out of it. But I didn't. I would be imposing. Worse, you might have invited me to go with you. Thank you for not whispering in my ear. I had to make the decision to stay myself. I don't know what you left behind in the capital. No one here does. No one can ask you to forget one duty for the sake of another. Such choices are made in silence. I had mine. I made mine. I'm standing before you. The people who asked me to run today kept saying it was the last chance, but for some reason, I doubted. There will be another chance, a real one. No one can leave the town today, but on another day, everything will turn out differently. I wonder what you'll choose then. Well, perhaps one day I'll leave, but not before the plague is defeated. I'm so sleepy. While I waited to see if you'd return or not, sleep wouldn't come at all. I was afraid of seeing you in a dream, and then waking to a reality where you were gone. And now I'm exhausted. Good night, then. Rest well. All right. Oh, Eva, I love you. You give me so much amalgam. How come I haven't seen that before? Okay, so I am obviously going to call it there. So we do have a few things to do on the next time that we're going to play, which is going to be on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be continuing on. We are actually going to repeat what the hell day is it? 4. So we're going to repeat day 4 and get to all the things that I couldn't get to earlier. The good news is I got all those diagnoses out of the way. Feel very happy and confident with that. But we're going to touch upon all those other items that we couldn't get to today. We'll see. We will see about, we'll just continue the story. I know I stayed a bit late for this one, but, ending the day felt like the most thematically correct choice for ending today's session. So, thank you so much for bearing with me on today's playthrough. I hope it wasn't bearing with me. I hope it was enjoyable mints. I hope you enjoyed it and meant it. So, thank you so much, everyone. I hope you have a pleasant evening, and I look forward to picking this back up again on Thursday. So, everybody, have a great night. And you know what? I will say it again. Invest in yourself first. Take care of yourself, because even if you are too busy thinking about how you can make other people better, you can't do that if there's nothing else of you to spend. So invest in yourself, take care of yourself, and everybody, have a great night.